Why, hello there. Good meowing, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is for you, thank you so much for stopping by and welcome to tonight's stream. It's a surprise midweek stream.
Hi, Zellum.
It's more Virche because this game is crack to my brain right now. All I want to do is play more Virche, so that's what we're gonna do.
Hi,
Pow. Okay. So we're gonna pop over here. A lot of nonsense.
Hello, hello, hello.
It's me. I have a mango smoothie that I made. And I used frozen mango, and you know how mango has like where it's really good and it's like sour and sweet at the same time. And then there's like mango when it has like weird custardy mouthfeel and it's just weird. I feel like the bag of frozen mango that I used had like a mix, but it was mostly custardy weird mango. The best mango is custardy and weird? No, the best mango is when it's like crisp and citrusy and sour. So I need a weird smoothie and I just wanted something yummy. Is that okay? So I don't know nothing about like mango in terms of like how ripe it is. Okay, so then that tracks with how I like a lot of my fruit. I like a lot of my fruit underripe. Gotcha. Well, I'm learning about mangoes. Yeah, I don't like it. Then again, I'm also the person that I like my bananas green, so, you know. But I have it. I don't want to waste food. We'll see if I drink any of it. Oh. I'll see if I drink any of it while we're playing. Yeah, I like sour things. Okay, I've learned. So, all you need to know about what's going on. Actually, wait, let me do my initial. Please, be aware that this game is dark as fuck.
Good evening, Palace.
Yeah, this game is dark as fuck. If you are not in the right mind space, may want to skip out tonight. Whoa. That's so cool. But yes, so we are on Lucas's room. Root. We are currently in Lucas's room. As a quick recap for our lovely Melrose and Yons who weren't here before. Lucas is Budo. Lucas is the one doing all the murders. I was right. I was right at the very beginning of this game when I was like, those sprite poses look a lot like Lucas. Yeah, so Lucas is Budo. Because he is part of the Society of Exorcists, which is against reliver technology. So as Budo, he kills relivers to cleanse them of their sin of being relivers. And then he takes their heart. Oh, yeah. He then takes the reliver's heart and takes it back to the church, where underground in the church they have a lab. No, he rips it out of their chest and then stabs the cavern where their heart used to be with a dagger. That's part of the ritual to purify them. He takes the reliver's heart to the bottom of the church, where there is a laboratory, and hi Holly. Yes, in that laboratory they use the heart to clone the reliver. and then experiment on those cloned relivers. Yes, we're getting summary. Lucas's sister is terminally ill with a genetic disease. And however, she's weird in the fact that if a reliver is killed in front of her, she basically gets their life force. Or they have to be killed either around or in front of her or near her. The exact mechanics of that haven't been fully explained yet. But so basically Lucas has become part of this cult. It's a cult. Because they make his terminally ill sister live longer by him killing relivers. So that's fun. We found out because he almost killed Anku, the immortal, but Anku came to warn us that the man that we had chosen, because we fallen in love with Lucas, is fucking bonkers. So we then left to go find Lucas, because we were like, what the hell is Anku talking about? We then found Lucas mid-murder. He takes us to underneath the... Yeah. Iellia. He takes us to underneath the church. We get the whole rundown. We are then basically given to Lucas because Lucas is going to die soon because he's almost 23. We're basically given as a prize to Lucas as good job on murdering all those people. Also, we found out that the Burrow who died of acid was a doppelganger, basically. It was somebody else taking Lucas's place. So that's how that Burrow died, but Lucas came to us. Yeah. And then we get taken to Lucas's place and put in a cage. It's Toma all over again. So that's why the title of this stream is All Around Me Are Familiar Cages. Worn out cages. Basically as well, he's like, I'll let you live however you want, but when we're asleep or when I'm out. Yeah, basically.
I think you're fine.
Yeah, the cage. Basically we are put in a cage when he is asleep or when he is out. And it's, we just got started. Morning arrived after a sleepless night. I managed to pull up my heavy body. 5 minutes in the cage with me, Lucas. Yeah. Here's our cage.
おはようございます。少し早いですが、今日は私が朝食の用意をしてみましたよ。
Also, he's like weirdly obsessive over us. He calls us his angel. Weird.
君の作った料理に比べれば見劣りするでしょうが、そこは目をつむってもらえると助かります。
The first thing that my eyes beheld upon waking was his smile behind the iron bars. You know what I'm gonna do? This may absolutely ruin this because it's made with milk. I think I'm gonna add some lemon juice to this. Yeah, there's no plushies. We don't have a bowl. We don't even have a toilet, I think. No? Well, it's made with almond milk. I don't know if that'll change it. It's not like milk. Yeah. I prayed and prayed last night for this to be a nightmare, but
Good morning.
True. Okay. I'm giving up on it. It tastes grody. I feel bad for wasting food, but I'm giving up. It makes me shudder when I take a sip. So I think that's my cue to know. The sight of the iron bars proved to me the futility of that wish. I have water. I have water as well. Mail it to you? I don't think it'll last that long. Before I thirst over men. I've got my water. I shook my head and came to my senses and accepted reality. Oh, I shook my head to come to my senses and accept reality. I was like, all right, we've skipped all the stages of grief and gone straight to acceptance. Look at our cage. It's a bird cage. Which makes, this image pretty funny. Is it this one? It is. Yeah. Look, it's me in the cage again. I have the cage asset back. It seemed he really didn't intend on locking me in the cage except at bedtime or when he was away. Well, no, you're right. It's just a metal cage. He naturally unlocked the door and let me out. On the table was the breakfast that he prepared. The dishes looked a bit disorderly with the ingredients cut unevenly, which was interesting in its own way. We're gonna eat. He is not going to poison us. I was hesitant to eat the food. Why would he poison us? He literally, like, we're his dying wish. Okay, I guess we don't eat. I quietly looked at the food in front of me, unable to bring myself to try it. Not only did I have no appetite, but the bigger reason was that there was no assurance that the meal was safe.
失礼.
Yeah. Oh. I braced myself for something to strike me. He simply took a scoop of my meal with his spoon and carried it into his mouth.
ほら、大丈夫でしょ? 君の食事に毒など仕込んでいませんから、安心して食べてください。
Last time, right at the very end, I was talking about how the main character should have just started, like, basically banging herself against the bars. And as soon as he was like, oh my god, why? Because of course he would be like, oh my god, why are you doing this? You know, don't hurt yourself. We just have to look him straight in the eyes and be like, it's your fault. This is your fault, fucker. Like, if he thinks this is going to be happy, fun, married couple times, no, I'm going to psychologically torture this man. Yeah. This is what you get. Yes, he also did drug us. He drugged us so that he could go out and murder people. Yeah, big sleepy milk. I felt a bead of cold sweat roll down my back at the fact that he knew I suspected him. But it seemed he had no intention of reprimanding me for my suspicions. He made an effort to show that the food was safe. If I refused now, there was no telling what he would do next. All right, then. I slowly began to eat my breakfast. Yeah, I chewed on the food much more slowly than usual, washing it down with some black tea. I could hardly taste a thing. Also, we got to see him in casual clothes, and I can't even be happy about that. We're a fucking prisoner. He suddenly smiled happily, instead of getting angry over how glum I looked while eating. Is there a problem?
食事を懸命に頬張る姿が小動物のようで愛らしいなと。
Oh.
ほら、口元にソースがついていますよ。
Oh. He reached out the same hand that he used to gouge out Reliver's hearts to my lips. Fear forced my body to jerk back. Seeing my reaction, Lucas stared at me in surprise. Honey, what do you think was going to happen? I've seen you kill people. Yeah. My heart nearly stopped with fear. I can wipe it up myself.
そうですね。さすがに子供扱いが過ぎましたか。申し訳ありません。
Fearing that his surprise would transition to rage, I hurriedly told him the reason. Oh, because I've seen you kill people. I don't want those hands touching me, bro. Lucas closed his eyes for a moment and...
そうだ。今日は完全なお休みにして散歩にでも行きましょう。
Okay. I can go outside?
ええ。国から下されたおとりの任務はまだ解けていませんから。
To act as bait for
むしろ可能
him.
な限りいつも通りの日常を過ごす必要があります。
Do we get a leash?
どこか 希望する場所はありますか？
No, he has not. I think he's probably gonna like die a virgin. He doesn't. The way he's treating us is like so delicate while we're still his prisoner. So I don't think he's gonna be the type to force himself on us. Yeah, we were halfway there. I understood that he meant I could go and see anyone, but needed to hide my captivity. Still, most people held captive aren't given the option to go anywhere they want. Oh yeah, we're his prisoner. Someone shut that child up. Yeah, we are his prisoner. We literally were given... We know that he's a murderer. He's a murderer. He has killed hundreds of people. Yeah, that'd be funny. Yeah, no, he's killed hundreds of people. Yeah. Do you remember, were you there for when we fought Buro? The mass murderer? The serial killer? Yeah, absolutely not. Definitely not. Totally not. Yeah, he's the killer. I was right. So when I was like, wow, those sprite poses, that looks awfully a lot like Lucas. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, he's the killer because he's been brainwashed by a cult. Well, not brainwashed, more or less. Basically, if he kills relivers, they resurrect those relivers and torture them and experiment on them, and they kill them, and it makes his terminally ill sister a bit better. So this man has a reason to do it. It still sucks. Cool reason, still murder. Yeah, okay, he was brainwashed. I thought he was. We found out that he's the murderer, and we are basically now his prisoner, because if we tell anybody, he kills us. I'm always looking at Peter Shana, yeah. Fingers fucking crossed that next, because Axis Games is doing an announcement stream at AX, I think. And I'm fucking hoping that they announce the Beauty Shana fan disc. I need that fan disc. I need more Beauty Shana in my life.
Hi, Lilith.
Doing all right. All right. Wasn't he thinking that there was still a possibility that I might try to get help? But if he really wasn't thinking about that, I might be able to use that to my advantage. The longer I took, the more lives might be lost to the person in front of me. If you don't mind, then... We're gonna go see our mother, probably. Oh, no, we have to go see our big brother. Go see Adolf. Does it matter? Oh, okay, any option is fine here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go see mother then. First, we contacted Adolf and Yves to apologize for disconnecting during the transmission yesterday. We told them we wanted to hold off on the reliver process due to the risk of becoming the next targets. That's also, so they were given, basically the head of the reliver technology, we know him, and he basically gave us the option as we're tracking down the serial killer Buro that nobody knows who he is. We were given the option to become relivers for free. Basically this very expensive process, he would do it for free. And that's when we first got a little bit the idea that Lucas wasn't right in the head. Yeah, for free. After that, I asked to return to the orphanage to report to Mother that I was safe. I'm glad you're okay too, Mother. I heard Buro was targeting relivers. Has anyone strange appeared around here? Little does everyone else know, Buro is in the room with us. This is so fucked. No one knows that he has us prisoner.
いいえ、まさか。むしろ、美味しい料理を振る舞ってくれるので、食生活が充実したぐらいですよ。
Yep, no killers around here.
ならよかった。そうだ、せっかく戻ってきたんだもの。お茶の一杯でもご馳走させてちょうだい。
Yeah, Lucas is a paid actor. Mother merrily went to the kitchen to boil some water. Lucas responded with a smile, but deep down, maybe he really saw Mother as a demon to be killed. Oh yeah, that's right. He thinks of all relivers as demons. You better not fucking touch my mom, bro. I shook my head to wipe the image from my mind, then thought about a way to talk to Mother in private when... Lucas killed this little boy's dad, who became a reliver. The young boy from the other orphanage came dashing in with a book in hand.
Oh yeah.
Dennis, what are you doing here? Yeah, that's when we figured out that Budo was killing relivers only. Mhm. Oh. I looked at the book Dennis had in his hand and noticed that it was the Bible that the society handed over to their followers. Okay. He must have been proud of having the book because he didn't know the truth behind the cult. He quickly ran off toward the main room to show off his book to the other children.
本当にドニ君はいい子ですね。自らの意志で悪魔になる道と決別できたのですから。
A chill ran down my spine at his words. Come to think of it. When he talked about relivers during class, he would always talk to the children about the pros and cons of becoming relivers. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to tell you guys. The experiments that the society is conducting on relivers is because they want to try to create superhumans that can resist the curse. All this time, I'd seen it as a method he employed to have the children learn to think and make their own decisions, but wait. Were you purposely leading the children to have doubts towards relivers?
それはさすがに心外です。いつから君はそんな意地悪を言う子になってしまったんですか?
He responded with a saddened tone, but his sadness didn't last very long.
まあ強引にでも同志にしたいという気持ちがないと言えば嘘になりますが。
Basically, they gave a cultist access to all the children in the country.
仮にも教職の身ですから、市場で公平性を欠くような授業はしませんよ。だからこそ、盲目的にリライバー技術を過信することがないよう、欠点も利点も等しく解いていただけです。
I suppose you're right to say it's fair. I was a bit flustered as his explanation was difficult to refute. Oh boy. 10 minutes later, Dennis came and dragged Lucas out to explain the Society of Exorcists to the others. It led to an opportunity to speak the truth.
リュカ先生はどの施設でも子供たちに慕われているわね。
Mother, help. Yeah, he sure is. His departure left me with Mother, who was sipping her tea. This might be the opportunity I was waiting for to disclose the truth behind Lucas. I have a really bad feeling about this. Yeah, that's the wrong decision. I thought that was the wrong decision. We have to stay quiet. I better keep quiet. This couldn't be resolved so simply. I need to prepare things ahead of time if I plan to disclose the truth. During my predicament, seeing Mother's face eased the tension that had been pent up inside my heart. Mother?
何かしら?
The tea you brew was as good as ever. I appreciate it even more since it's been a while since I last had it.
あら、急に褒めたりなんかして、どうしたのかしら?
We're 19. Oh, that puts you on a bad end? Oh boy. Oh, it does. Oh boy. Oh boy. Can we see it? Sure.
Hi, Zika! Goodness, hold on. I gotta make certain. Zatirka, do you want the summary of what we've gotten up to so far? Because I'll be happy to relay it.
Okay, awesome, cool. Okay, tell her. Okay, bad end. Okay, after making sure no one was around, I quickly set my teacup down onto the table and leaned forward.
Mother, there's something I need to tell you.
Oh no. No, they haven't yet. Oh god. Shut up!
I know it's hard to believe, but it's true.
I'm so fucking terrified. Knowing that I'm on a bad end, I'm so fucking terrified. Could you please report this to Adolf and everyone else?
遅くても今夜には伝えておく。あなたは救出の準備が整うまで自分の命を最優先に。彼に逆らわずおとなしくしていなさい。
Okay, thank goodness.
Night arrived. Oh god. Oh! A lump of flesh from the person I saw is a mother! No! Hold in front of me.
いけませんね。先生の大事な秘密を勝手に。それも悪魔へ教えるなんて。どうやら君は私とナディアの幸福を邪魔する悪い子だったようです。
Oh no, he's been murdering our mother.
ではこちらのお嬢さんは私の方で利用していいかね
No! I don't like that phrasing!
ええ、構いません。こんな悪い子に恋をしていたなんて。
We went down a bad end.
私は自分が恥ずかしい。
He killed our mom.
どうぞ好きなだけ研究の礎になさってください。
And now we're being handed off to the crazy researcher. Basically, they are experimenting on relivers, killing them, torturing them, to try and create a superhuman that can withstand the curse, and also killing them to lifesteal for Nadia. Oh, no! His smile was the last I would see of him. I, with the mother who raised me, were repeatedly revived in different forms, all to be specimens in the endless experiment of death to save human lives. Oh, okay, well. Wild. Wild.
あら、急に褒めたりなんかして、どうしたのかしら、この子ったら。
Yeah.
I just wanted to say what I was thinking.
Yeah, that bad end ended really quickly, but... I mean, that would be like the third time we saw someone killed right in front of us. We continued our casual conversation, and I later left the orphanage after Lucas's return. I quietly sighed on the way back. If the person next to me was a normal criminal, all I needed to do was call out for help. But the person next to me was a mass murderer with superhuman qualities that not even the soldiers could stand against. So the idea of sharing the truth about him without a plan was frightening. Yeah. We headed to the marché to purchase the newspaper for today, which was filled with articles about what Buro had done. Just last night, the person next to me actually went out and committed his so-called purification. Yeah. Obviously, the Corps and the Royal Guard had strengthened their units to defend against the horrible murders, which would explain why the marché was a lot busier now while the sun was still up. We've known him for years. He's our teacher.
We've
known him for probably about 3 years or so. At least.
No, I'm fine.
That I don't know. I think those might still be unexplained. His smile really was beautiful and gentle. I doubted that anyone walking past us would ever expect him to be the very killer that terrorized them. I couldn't blame anyone for not suspecting him either, since I didn't doubt him once until I saw him at the crime scene killing someone. Thinking about it again, he was able to carry all those ingredients back then by himself. If those fake Buros didn't exist, someone might have casted doubt on him for matching the description of Buro. He had the strength to swing that huge halberd. He learned the art of battle from his father, who is the previous head of the Corps. Lucas's father is our brother, our big brother, adopted big brother Adolf, and Yves, their mentor. Adolf knew how strong he was, so maybe he might have suspected him. But Adolf didn't doubt him at all, likely because it's Capuchin. He trusted Lucas as a teacher. Lucas is basically the attack dog. We passed through the bustling town and finally returned to his house. Cage, sweet Cage. Dinner tonight was a pre-made meal that Lucas purchased on our way back. Without much to discuss, we finished eating. Blink, 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 blink. I quickly went to get changed when... that's why I was like, wow, it's the exact Cage. What a coinkydink. Yeah. What? Ah! He suddenly lifted me up and set me down onto the bed. Instead of the cage, what restricted my freedom now were thick shackles attached to the bedpost. I don't like where this is going anymore. Huh. I was frozen with fear. What the? Why are you?
毎日鉄格子の中では体が凝ってしまうと思い至りまして。
So
一日おきにベッドで寝ていただこうかと。
Every other night we don't have to sleep in the cage. Oh, fun. He gently rubbed my bound wrist.
本当ならこの手枷も外して差し上げたいのですが。教祖様の命令がある以上。
I think he's gonna sleep on the couch.
拘束だけは解けなくて。
Yeah, so Capuchin is the minister.
I understand what you're saying, but which emotion is that kindness coming from?
寂しさでしょうか。
Loneliness.
正体を明かしてから君は
Did you expect me to?
私に一度も微笑まなくなってしまったでしょ。
Did you expect me to figure out that you're a serial killer and go, yay! Fuck no.
ならば夢うつつでも構わないので私に笑顔を見せてくれないかと
I guess.
ついそんな浅ましいことを
I mean, if it's done consensually. Yeah, if it's done consensually, then yeah, sure, some people will be happy as a clam. This is non-consensual. He mumbled to me within a distance that our breaths could touch each other. It was an unexpected response. I almost felt like I was in front of a child I just scolded. This is confusing. Lucas was kind and gentle, seeking to lead his students on the right path of life. Lucas was Boudreaux, who didn't see life in relivers and killed them mercilessly. Lucas Proust looked down on himself simply over making his younger sister pout. Which one of him is his true self? Is the expression he's showing now an act too? If so, then why? Questions kept coming to mind, but first, Lucas, do you really understand why I haven't smiled in front of you since then? It's because, like you, I'm lonely, and because I love you. Don't be surprised. You saved me countless times through your kindness and words. I was happy when you praised me for doing my best at whatever I did. Then I found out, along with your identity, that everything was faked. You can't imagine how sad I felt. So much that my sorrow overwrote my rage. Please tell me. Lucas, what went through your mind as you were deceiving me? It was no use. I was only trying to see what he was thinking. The emotion I tried to kill was rising inside and bringing tears to my eyes. I trusted you. I loved you. I tried my best to move a shackled arm to cover my pathetic expression.
どうか落ち着いてください。手枷をはめたままでは顔を傷つけてしまう。
Don't touch me. I didn't have much freedom, but struggling somehow made my elbow hit something. What? My elbow struck Lucas on the temple. Before I could say anything, it was too late. I couldn't have injured him at all, but I quickly braced myself to defend from his incoming reaction. I don't like that face. I don't like that face. His transparent eyes suddenly melted with heat. Ah! What? Oh, wait a second! Oh. Oh. I wasn't expecting that to happen. This is wild. Sir? He quickly pushed me down as the bed creaked. I finally realized that he was kissing me when I saw his eyes in front of my face. What? Why? This was so sudden. We have put him in the horny button. Yeah, his temple. I tried to fight him off, but there was no way I could overcome his strength. For a moment, my voice was blocked by his cold lips. His long hair slowly slid down his face as his feelings were finally released. I hit you? Are you happy about that? Oh, that's what you focused on? That's what you focused on? King of only hearing what he wants to hear. What? As I breathed to regain my calm, he confessed his love to me? You did a lot more than make me anxious.
ですが私は君に偽りの頑張りましたを送ったつもりは一度として君が好きだから君を愛おしいと思っているから騙すためではなくその心を守り力になるためにあの言葉を紡ぎ続けてきたんですよ。
Love. If I didn't know his identity, I would have gladly accepted his love with joy. But now, could this have anything to do with the word angel you mentioned when you captured me? Nadia told me that you referred to me as an angel in her diary.
比喩などではありません。君は正真正銘
Yeah.
私の天使なのですから。
Bap, 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 bap. A deep, like, what are those, like, massages where they just, pow, 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 just to the head? Huh. I'm sorry, he sees me as his angel?
覚えているでしょう。7年前。
What?
とある施設を焼き尽くした大
What?
火災。誰もが生存者などいるはずがないと救出を諦めていた中、
Huh?
君は無傷で生還してみせた。
How?
まさに
What?
奇跡の体現。
That?
彼女もまた神に祝福された天使に違いない。
What?
一目見た瞬間、私は君に心を奪われ、何があっても。
Oh. Apparently he was there. I wasn't happy with this blind love. It would have been better if he had simply scoffed at me for my feelings. I gritted my teeth and took a deep breath. I wanted to dry my tears, but I couldn't bring my hands down to do so.
本来ならば、この思いは死ぬまで胸に留めておくつもりでした。
He really does have a fucked up way of loving.
ですが、困ったことに。
Oh, okay. The murderer in front of me spoke.
顔を上げるようになった君は、私の想像とは全く異なり、ただ崇められるだけの存在ではなく、
I don't think you revere your prisoners. I'm a prisoner.
面倒見がよく、意外とおてんばで、何よりも誰もが憐れむナディアを一度としてかわいそうと言わず、それどころか素敵弱くも
Oh.
強い女性だった。
Okay. His despair and disappointment slowly changed into love, confusing even him. It confuses me, too. He looked at me with an expression that seemed to question what he was saying.
そんな君を見つめていたら、だんだんと殺すべきこの感情が、君に浄化を目撃されたのを理由に、この手の中に収められないか。
You were happy? Oh, he forced another kiss on me.
愛しています。
What?
どうか私と結婚してください。
Huh? He is absolutely out of his mind.
命果てるまで寄り添う伴侶を選ぶのなら、私は君がいい。
Why? Why did I fall in love with such an innocent and cruel person like him? Even worse was somewhere deep down I was looking for a reason. A good reason as to why he loved me. There is none. Our lips came together over and over again. Lucas fell asleep ahead of me. Thank God. And before long... Oh, he's also dying. Please remember that. It was a cough that counted down the time he had left. I understood that the person in front of me was ruthless. At the same time, I feared that the flame of his life would go out. Basically, he has now been relieved of Budo duties. Like, he doesn't have to kill more people for a while, I think. He might be going into, like, Budo retirement. He's basically going to live out the rest of his days before he dies with us. As his prisoner. Prisoner wife. That's weird. Lucas. I couldn't even reach out to him. Are you telling me that I have to do my best again to bear this sorrow? I couldn't say that I wanted to believe him. He was a murderer. Simple as that. A ruthless sinner that had taken the lives of many relivers. Still, I couldn't ignore my desire to believe him. What? 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 Suddenly it looked as though his eyelids twitched. His pained expression made me wonder what was happening.
私を許さないって。
Back.
あなたたちが
Yeah, true.
偽物ならば、
Uh-huh.
私は良心を失った。
What coherent things he's saying.
正真正銘の化け物だ。
He's so coherent in his sleep.
殺してごめんなさい。
It didn't seem like he had any sort of regret before.
Huh? A single tear rolled down his cheek.
私を許さない。
His voice was weak, but revealed a part of his mind he must not be aware of, sure. What was he saying? Was he dreaming about killing the demon relivers like he does in real life? Something wasn't right. Yeah. He's sorry for killing them? I thought Lucas didn't see relivers as living beings. Once I sensed something was wrong, my mind was flooded with all sorts of doubts. Just because Nadia's condition was able to improve again and again, was that the sole reason that he believed an unknown existence like God wanted him to become a murderer? Knowing how much he loved his sister, he must have researched what kind of cult he was asking for help. That's a lot of assumptions! And what they actually did to cure their patients. What's even stranger is that he doesn't seem to question it at all. Yeah, I wonder why that is. Both sides were the same Lucas, but his natural personality and his inner madness were too contradictory. Could it be, was there another Lucas Proust I didn't know about? Oh boy. Oh hey, Lucas's POV. Yeah, this bad boy can fit so much religious trauma. A young boy was crouching in a sea of red. What's the matter? Unable to turn a blind eye, I reached out to the young boy only to be greeted by silence. No, my voice melted into the dark before reaching the young boy. Spread across the alley were gruesome corpses with their chests slashed or their hearts gouged out. Oh. I didn't really want to hear that very loudly in my ears, but alright. The young boy somehow suppressed his nausea and dragged himself to one of the bodies. He pulled out a dagger and stabbed it into the gaping hole where the heart once rested.
浄化完了。
Oh.
この後は天に祈りを。
Unable to bear the feeling of rending flesh, the young boy put his hand over his mouth and groaned. Ah, I see. How disappointing. Upon closer look, the corpses spread out before me belonged to what were once demons. I was sure this young boy had purified all the demons, a wonderful demonstration of his faith. I was sure God was pleased. But the young boy didn't look happy at all. He simply cowered on the ground with tears flowing from his eyes.
ごめんなさい。この罪への裁きはいずれ必ず死神にこの魂を導かれた時に。だからどうか私を
Yeah.
消さないで。
Oh, this is young Lucas, who's the one who killed all the bodies.
あなたたちが
So basically,
偽物ならば
these are the words that Lucas spoke in his dream, in out loud sleep talking, and it's younger Lucas in his dream.
私は両親を失った正真正銘の化け物だ。
Yes. Yes, he started doing this because of his sister. He was 12. Yeah, he was 12, 13. The next day, Arpachel rejoiced their short time of peace, knowing that none were killed in the night. After reporting back to Adolf that things were safe, we headed down a different path to arrive at the hospital where Nadia was undergoing treatment. Memories of those horrible experiments made me dizzy for a moment, but I somehow steadied myself and headed to the entrance of the hospital with Lucas holding my hand in place of a shackle. His eyes wandered about and I could feel his hand shaking through mine. The reason for his state was this morning. Last night, the man who confessed his warped sense of love... Uh-huh.
いくら思いが通じたとはいえ、教職の身でありながら、熱に浮かされ、
You just
教え
kissed
子に
us.
なんということを。
I mean, was it bad? Yes, but to be honest, on a scale of 1 to 10, that was maybe like a 5. He started to go nervous immediately after waking up this morning after what he did. It seemed as if he was intending to confess his love, but never thought of kissing me. He kept apologizing to me while on the bed over and over again. Fine. I wasn't sure how to respond to his confession either, so here I am now, simply following his lead. But compared to the first day of detainment, I wasn't as scared of each movement or word from him now. Suddenly, the entrance to the hospital opened, revealing a small figure.
あれ、そこにいるのは
Hi, Dahut.
やっぱりお嬢さんにリュカさんじゃないですか。お久しぶりです。あの時はシアンさんが大変本当申し訳ないくらいお世話になりました。
Dahut has become friends with Nadia.
なんだか怖い事件に巻き込まれちゃったみたいですね。
Yes, well,
I was sure he knew what was going on from Shen. He tried to avoid the subject while showing concern for my well-being.
どうしてあなたがこの病院のこちらの病室に？
最近この病院でできた友達のお見舞いです。ナディア・プルーストさん。ご存知というか、リュカさんの妹ですよね。
Possibly, yeah. Huh? Friend? Wait a minute. So the new friend Nadia told us about was you, Dahut?
大正解です。偶然出会った時
Probably.
に統合しちゃって。彼女がリュカさんの妹だと聞いた時は、世間は狭いなーってびっくりしました。いいなー。優しいお兄さんに可愛い妹。僕、一人っ子だから憧れちゃいます。
Dahut spoke as he put on the lab coat he had been carrying on his arm. Then suddenly, from Lucas's face to his shoes, despite his short height, Dahut inspected it without an expression on his face.
どうしました？私に何か言いたいことでも？
あるといえばありますね。ちょうどその件で、お家をお訪ねしようかと思っていたんです。
Maybe don't. Our house has the cage. To Lucas's house?
もしや、ナディアに関することですか？
はい。リュカさん、突然ですがあなたは、
Oh no, is Dahut gonna have figured out a way to cure her?
ナディアを蝕む病が遺伝子疾患
Oh, this
と
is
呼
gonna
ばれるも
throw
のであることをご
this is
存
gonna
知ですか？
throw such a wrench into Lucas because he trusts the hospital to know what's wrong with her, but Dahut has figured it out.
その様子を見る限り、
Oh
ご存知
god.
なかったみたいですね。教えに来てよかった。
Exactly.
遺伝子疾患。
I thought it was some unknown disease. They explained that they can't do that. Any clone they make from Nadia will have the genetic disorder.
未知にして不治という点においては間違ってません。僕たちが研究所で話した会話ログをお見せするので、軽く目を通してもらえます？
With that, Dahoot took out a small device that looked similar to a transmitter, then started it up.
所長、副社長。
Oh, this is the science lesson we had earlier.
ああ、皆さんにはあまり馴染みがないかもしれませんね。これもいい機会ですし、簡単にお勉強会しましょうか。
We watched as they discussed a diagram on the blueprint of life that constructed humans and the defects that might occur.
つまりナディアは筋肉が極端に脆い遺伝子で生まれてしまったわけですね。余計なお世話かなとは思ったんですが、ご家族の耳には入れておいた方がいいかなって。遺伝でリュカさんも同じ病気を発症していないかも心配だったので。
なるほど。遺伝子そのものが病にかかっているのなら、いくら検査しても根本的な原因が見つからないわけですね。
Yeah. Yeah. Who would have thought we'd learn the reason behind it this way?
なんかごめんなさい。肝心の治療方法は何も判明してないし、やっぱり余計なお世話でした。
That yet is pulling a lot of weight in that sentence.
いえ、病名がはっきりしただけでも良好ですよ。折を見てナディアにも伝えておきましょう。情報提供心から感謝いたします。
いえいえ、大事なお友達のためにしたことですから。プロの件もありますし、万が一にもこの病院を巻き込まないよう、僕はしばらくお見舞いを控えておこうかと思います。
Dramatic irony. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck that helps.
お二人もどうかお気をつけて。
Dahoot finished by asking us to say hello to Nadia before skipping off.
よりにもよって悪魔を生み出す拠点の者がナディアの友人だとは。いえ、しかしだからといって、あの子の交流関係を私が制限するのも。
So you don't like the people who work at the Institute after all? Do you feel the same about Xian too?
悪魔を生み出した元凶。この世で最も忌まわしい存在です。せっかく接触する機会を得たというのに、なぜ我らが神は奴らを浄化する啓示を示してくださらないのか。
Huh? I never knew he thought that way ever since we befriended Xian. Does that mean he gets orders of who to kill? What was in his eyes back then when we lived together under the same roof? Just the thought sent a chill down my spine.
病の正体が分かったのなら、神の御業と合わせて完治が可能かもしれない。
Bro, I hate to tell you, Lucas. Prayers don't fix genetic disorders. They really don't. They do jack shit.
不本意ではありますが、浄化の啓示が降りるよりも先に彼に恩を返さなければなりません。
Exactly. He had in his hands a small ray of hope. He didn't send Dahoot off with cold eyes as I thought he would. So Dahoot is kind of wiggling in. Yeah, seeing that there wasn't much to worry about now, Lucas and I went inside to visit Nadia, who seemed to be in good health.
まさか二人がダハト君と知り合いだなんて。私から紹介したかったのに。ダハト君はクッキーを焼くのが得意なんですって。彼女とどっちが料理上手なのかしら。
それはもちろん私の教え子の方が長けているに決まっているではありませんか。
兄様ってばひいきしちゃって。本当は私が食べ比べできればいいんだけど、私病人食以外食べれないのよね。あなたはダハト君の手作りお菓子食べたことあるの？
We actually have.
ねえ、
I'm sorry, I was daydreaming for a second. What were you saying about Dahoud's baking? Noticing that something was wrong, Nadia stared intently at me, but that worry wasn't only directed to me. The moment she started talking to me, Lucas looked down and fiddled with his hands, clasping and releasing them repeatedly. His actions were more than enough to catch Nadia's attention. Yeah, your brother kidnapped me. I'm his prisoner.
空気が随分と乾燥していますし、気分転換に紅茶でも入れましょうか。
Okay. He must have felt sure that I wouldn't do anything rash with Nadia around. What if I told her? Lucas quickly left the room without waiting for a response, as though he couldn't handle the mood inside the room anymore. Yeah!
あんな兄様、初めて見た。兄様との間に何かあったのよね。
Yeah, a lot. I didn't think saying no would work since she was already assuming I would admit it. But did that mean I could actually tell her what was happening? After thinking about it for a moment, well, a lot of things have happened in the past few days. I had the opportunity to learn more about Lucas, things that I didn't know about before. I guess I'm a bit confused because he seems like a completely different person. He also said something I didn't expect, so I'm really confused. I'm not really sure which side of Lucas I should be looking at now. I tried my best to keep my response vague, as not to reveal Lucas's identity as a serial killer.
思いがけない言葉。それってもしかして
Oh god.
愛の告白だったりする？
I think so.
そう。その顔を見る限り、私が夢見たような告白ではないみたいね。
No, it was much weirder. I was chained to the bed. Nadia herself had wanted me to be in a romantic relationship with Lucas, but despite hearing what happened, she didn't seem overjoyed.
手をつないで病室に来てくれた時は、とうとう兄様が素直になった
Yeah,
んだ。
not even a sexy chained to the bed, like
嬉しかったけれど、
a prisoner chained.
実際は
Yeah.
違うのね。だって二人とも全然嬉しそうじゃないもの。むしろ
Yeah.
他人同士に戻ったみたい。
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't mean to make you feel anxious.
いいのよ。本音を言うと、私も兄様が何を考えてるのかわからなくなる時があるもの。でも、あなたが知った兄様の新しい秘密、一つだけなら予想できるわ。
What?
兄様と私がエクソシスト教団の信徒で
no, not that.
リライバーにならないことを知ってしまったんでしょ。
Yeah. Yes, I was surprised when I found out. And it's painful to think about how I won't be seeing you two again after you die.
私もせっかくお友達になれたのに寂しいわ。
Yeah, no.
兄様を先に失う未来を想像するのは
You know he's dying really soon, right? Yeah.
この病院に助けてもらえなければ私の方が先に死んで兄様を悲しませていただろうから。
Ugh. Stretch break during the ad. Stretch break during the ad. Remember to stretch and hydrate, yeah. All right, stretch.
これ以上の贅沢は望まないわ。ほら、それに私こんな体だから帰還しなくてもすぐに兄様の後を追えると思うのよ。
Oh, like that. I think Lucas will be very mad if he heard that.
あなたもちょっと怒ってるわよね。
Yeah. Of course I am. She could have died first. Nadia, when you first came here, do you remember what Lucas was like back then?
覚えてないわ。
You were like 4. Yeah. Oh, right. I mean, it was around 8 years ago, so I guess you wouldn't remember what.
違うわ。何も覚えていないのは私が小さかったからじゃなくて、
Huh?
この病院に運ばれてから数ヶ月以上ずっと眠っていたから。だから入院を始めた頃のことはそもそも見ていないの。
That's weird. Huh? A few months? I recall correctly, Lucas mentioned that he brought Nadia here and that she recovered after he killed a reliver. Nadia, are you sure? You're not mistaken, are you?
本当よ。目を覚ましたら季節が丸ごと変わっていたからびっくりしたわ。
I guess, yeah. Nadia spoke confidently. Wait, what's going on? This feeling, my premonition was so ominous that it felt like something disgusting had risen in my throat. My vision suddenly inversed. A shock ran through my body the moment I heard the shatter of porcelain. He had mounted him. Huh? He had mounted himself on me with a hand wrapped around my neck. Huh? I couldn't speak. His superhuman strength was slowly pressing down on my throat when...
兄様、何してるの?
Huh? But her voice didn't reach him. He was breathing heavily and his eyes were devoid of any sanity. I struggled to try and break free, but the more I moved, the stronger his grip was around my neck. My mouth opened in pain, feeling that he would snap my neck before I suffocated. Even then, he still looked at me with the crazed eyes that he showed that night.
やめて。兄様がそれ以上力を込めたら、その子が死んじゃう。こんな、動いてよ。なんでベッドから落ちることもできないの?
Well, I was expecting that I was going to get to be the one to psychologically torture him by telling Nadia, but no.
She found out!
Nadia's yelling must have been loud enough.
まったく騒がしい。
Just before my consciousness faded, Capuchin and his staff came dashing into the room. His staff was confused by the situation, but Capuchin himself was calm as he gave his orders. Several of his men forced Lucas to move off my body, and the doctor crouched down to his eye level. Capuchin snapped his fingers in front of Lucas. Oh, yeah, no, boy's been fucking brainwashed. His body trembled and jerked, then the light returned to his once hollow eyes. I couldn't even sit up as I swallowed gulps of air so quickly that I coughed again and again. But my teacher was, for some reason, confused as to why he was knelt down on the floor.
兄様。
ナディア。
Oh.
そんなに震えてどうしました？それに君もそんな場所に座り込んで。
Uh-oh.
それを聞きたいのは、兄様。どうして急に彼女を殺そうとしたの?
Lucas, don't tell me. You don't remember anything? His confused expression was all the answer I needed. I was more astonished than afraid. My voice was shaking despite almost being killed. Oh, wasn't shaking. I thought I was like, what do you mean despite? Because of. My voice wasn't shaking despite almost being killed. Furthermore, I had already been prepared to die on some level after discovering that he was Muro. Still, witnessing her one and only brother try to kill a girl in front of her presented a different image in her mind.
今日、二人の様子が違ったことに、何か関係があるのかしら?
Yeah.
喧嘩でもしちゃったの? でも、どんな理由があったとしても、女性に暴力はいけないと思うわ。特に兄様は力が人一倍強いんだから。
ナディア、まずは状況を説明してください。
Yeah.
私があなたの目の前で彼女を殺そうとした、ありえない。第一、私はカプシーナ先生と共に厨房で紅茶を入れていたはず。
As if seeking help, he looked up to Capuchin, but he was silent, without a sign of emotion. But Nadia probably misinterpreted their exchange as if they were trying to change the subject.
兄様、私は喧嘩の相談もできないぐらい頼りない妹なの。
Oh God. Nadia's arm shook as she grabbed hold of her bedsheets with frustration. She continued in a shaking voice.
ろくに病院から出たこともない。
Yeah.
いつ死ぬかもわからない妹に相談できることなんて何もないわよね。さっきだって彼女を助けるどころか 自力でベッドから降りることすら。
Oh, sweetheart. Nadia is innocent in all of this. Nadia, you're not.
でも私だって兄様の心の支えにぐらいなりたいって。いつでもお話を聞けるよ。痛い治療も苦いお薬もたくさん我慢してきたのよ。でも兄様はいつもニコニコ笑うだけで口一つすらこぼしてくれない。
Oh.
たった一人の家族なのに。
誤解です、ナディア。私はあなたが幸せになってくれればそれで。
He reluctantly extended his hand to Nadia as tears continued to flow from her eyes. But before he could wipe away her tears, Nadia suddenly grabbed her chest, crying out in pain.
ナディアナディアナディア、しっかり。
He called her name with all his might, but she only responded with heavy panting. Her already pale face slowly turned blue. Is she dying? Don't tell me she dies! And her eyes widened to their limits.
どきたまえ。
Capuchin quickly shoved Lucas out of the way, quickly assessed Nadia's
緊
condition.
急処置を行う。まずは安定剤の用意を。
Seeing Capuchin give orders to his staff, Lucas and I finally stepped out of our stupor.
どういうことですか、教祖様。先日浄化を行ったばかりだというのに、間を置かずに発作を起こすなんて。
Oh, the purifications
以
do
前までは
fucking
一度浄化するご
nothing.
とに最低でも数週間は保っていたはず。
なら、君の祈りと信仰が足りなかったのではないかな。
Oh
治
my
療の邪魔だ。
god.
病室。あ、いや、この病院から速やかに出て行ってくれたまえ。
Lucas froze at his scathing tone. The friendly relationship I'd witnessed at their hidden facility had disappeared. Just as I was about to come to the conclusion that this was their actual relationship,
教祖様。
Capuchin's sudden change of behavior had Lucas utterly confused. Please wait. Leaving the room is fine, but there's no reason for us to leave the hospital. We won't get in the way of the treatment, so...
病室で堂々と人を殺そうとした殺人鬼を受け入れてやれるほど。
But... He doesn't have any memory of what he did.
そうか。理性を失った化け物ならばなおさら危険だな。
Oh my god. Monster. How dare you say that after abusing him?
おお、怖い。不満があるのならいつでも彼女と一緒に出て行ってくれて構わないが。
Huh?
おや、何も聞いていなかったのか。ナディア君はね、リュカ君が私が下す使命を果たすことを条件にこの病院へ入院させてあげているんだ。
Oh, which meant it's no different from holding her hostage. We saw that from Lucas's POV. Unbelievable. It's your job to save patients seeking help.
医者の献身や善意を無償だと勘違いする愚かな輩の多いこと。これでも譲歩している方なのだよ。我が病院は特殊な運営形態ゆえに入院費や治療費は膨大だ。一回の教師がどれだけ働いたところで支払いきれるわけがない。
Oh, if you mean, do we know that that's how they make her better? I think they did explain that to us.
足りない分を補う機会を与えるだけ。慈悲深いとは思わないかね。
By murder.
ほら、リュカ君。こんなところで突っ立っていないで。君には他にやるべきことがあるだろう。
After shrugging, Capuchin tossed a notebook to the stunned Lucas.
これ。
新たに神が示した浄化が必要な悪魔たちのリ
Oh
スト
my
だ。
god, it's just Capuchin. It's just
ここ
Capuchin.
にいる全員を残らず浄化してきなさい。
Oh god.
それを果たすまでこの子との面会は禁止とする。
面会の
Hi, Jay.
許可。そんなこと今まで一度も。
But also, you do have to remember that Anku has been banished or whatever. Anku's been cut into pieces and buried. And it was Anku's magic that made us no longer death. No, we do not know. This is so fucked up, Jay. It's great, but it's so fucked up. He quickly picked up the notebook with a list of names. I hurried to his side to see the names on the list. It's Dahoot. What the? There are at least 100 names here. Despite the situation we were in, the number of victims for Budo to claim was unusually high. Oh boy. We're learning all about horrible things. Yeah. Why would there be an increase like this? Lucas must be thinking the same thing as he reluctantly tried to ask a question when... That's right, he's also dying. Oh, blood flowed out instead of words. The spotless hospital floor is painted red. Lucas! The blood must be clogging his throat as his body convulsed with each cough of blood. Isn't this... the curse? Yeah, it wasn't a disease. It was a rite of suffering that all adults in this country must face one day, reaching the end of their lifespan. Lucas's face drained of color as he realized that the curse had come at the worst possible time. Even in this situation, Capuchin chuckled quietly without offering any help. You motherfucker! You motherfucker!
ああ、ちょうどいいじゃないか。死ぬ前に善行を積み重ねておけば、きっと神は君の死後もナディアに加護をもたらしてくれるはずだ。
Holy shit.
そんな話が違う。ナディアは私が死ぬ時見とりたいと希望してあなたも許可を出したはずで。
汚らわしい。連れて行け。
Oh my god. In the doorway appeared a number of his followers who forcibly dragged me and Lucas out of the room.
離せナディア
He shouted her name as he winced from the symptoms of his eventual death. Oh, she's awake! I thought she was sedated! Nadia responded despite being unconscious. How? And extended her hand as if seeking help. Also how? But...
ナディア君、おとなしくしていなさい。
Yeah, she turned blue. Capuchin gently wrapped her fingers in and slowly set her arm down on the bed. And with that, Lucas had lost his right to see his younger sister. Oh boy.
ようやく死んでくれるか。まったく、
Of
しぶとい
course.
男だった。
Of course.
ああ、心配いらないよ。ナディア、君の稀有な遺伝子は、あのような野蛮な殺人鬼ではなく、私が大事にしてあげるからね。
That's creepy. I don't like that. Oh, we're being locked away. My teacher, who had become Budo, threw me in the iron cage without a word. Yeah, he knows. He lightly struck a part of the floor with a giant halberd to reveal a hidden chamber.
ここで
Yeah.
待機を
Oh boy, he stood prepared to fulfill his mission as Budo, but... Don't go, Lucas! You need to go to another hospital for treatment. What Capuchin said is completely wrong. There has to be something behind the idea of killing relivers that's keeping Nadia alive.
それでも殺すなければ
He saw relivers as demons.
リライバーを殺さなければ
The obsessive tendencies towards a minor. He wanted to kill them, not purify them.
ナディアが
Again?
また何度も殺される
Huh? His consciousness was like a hazy mist. The pain and sorrow could be seen on his face. What do you mean again? Oh, might have been. He stood up and took a few deep breaths, then placed his hand on the entrance door. Possibly.
行ってきます
Oh boy.
どうかいい子にしていてくださいね
Oh god. She is like 12, I think. 12 or 13? This game is fucking wild. Yeah. How long has she been? 12. Good question. Oh no. Two men with reliver marks made their way home, unaware that their time was approaching.
そろそろ日が暮れるな。ブローが現れる前に家に戻らないと。
Oh no.
リライバーが狙われてるから警戒しろって言われても、この国の大半がリライバーだしな。
とっとと捕まえてくれないと。毎晩ろくに眠れやし。
As he's about to scratch his head. Oh god. His right arm flew off in front of him, covered in blood, before he could even touch his hair. He froze in shock. He tried to scratch his head again, but his brain signals never reached his hand. He looked down at the base of his arm, from which blood poured profusely. The young man finally realized that he'd lost his arm. The culprit descended in front of them. A cloaked shadow, a cloaked shadow holding a huge halberd. Both expressions changed to despair. Oh, okay, gotcha. Matching the description in the newspaper. Bodo pulled back his huge halberd as they ran for their life. Their torsos split from the rest of their bodies. Oh boy. A total of 5 relivers were killed by Bodo that day from the evening hours until midnight. The corp and the royal guard that fought him only ended up with casualties. From the next day forward, the casualties started to increase whether the victims were indoors or outdoors. Yeah. Arpachel was now ruled by fear throughout the day, not just night like before. Oh. Fun. Oh boy. A week passed. I had been living in captivity in this room under the surveillance of the society members who pretended to be Lucas's workmates. Unable to stay still much longer, I tried different means of escape to get in touch with Adolf and the others, but my every effort failed, and I was sometimes even forced back into the cage. There was a royal decree limiting the citizens' freedom of movement, so I couldn't expect anyone to come here to help. But among those who did come... Is it Capuchin? Motherfucker. Oh, Lucas. Sweet pea. Lucas visited every other day with his body covered in blood. No matter how much he did for Capuchin, he wasn't allowed to see Nadia. As for today, Lucas returned and immediately fell to the floor from extreme strain and fatigue, splattering blood from his body. The blood spreading across the floor must be from those he killed, as well as the blood from his own mouth. Even so...
Tadaima.
Okaeri. Nasai.
No matter how bad of a state he was in, he would never forget to greet me as he came home. After squinting his eyes a few times, he somehow dragged himself over to the cage. Lucas! I instinctively reached out between the bars and touched him as he fell against the cage. His body was so cold that he was no different from the dead.
Kyoso-sama kara no renraku wa...
I shook my head silently.
So desu ka? Desu ga... これほど浄化を続けているのですから、きっと今頃ナディアは無事に回復。
I don't trust that man. Despite how horribly he was treated, he still believed in Capuchin and his god. Oh. Yeah, I'm sure Capuchin's taking great care of Nadia. After a few coughs, he weakly closed his eyes. I could at least tend to him if I weren't in here. I tried to bend the bars a number of times, but they didn't budge at all. As I bit my lip with frustration over how useless I felt.
自らを軟禁する殺人鬼の命を案じるとは風変わりなお嬢さんだ。
Motherfucker. From the door came the one who put Lucas in this situation, who was the source of all this evil. Capuchin, why are you here?
おやおや、随分な嫌われようだ。
Why the fuck would I not?
私とそこにいる殺人鬼。犯した罪は大して変わらないというのに。
Quite running a
神さは
cult.
何なのだろうね。
Running a cult is much different than being brainwashed to kill. I'll ask you again. Why did you turn your back on Lucas?
突き放したつもりはないさ。これも彼に与えられた神からの試練だよ。だが死にかけの体でその試練に挑めというのも酷な話だ。私はなけなしの慈悲で苦しむ彼を救いに来たのだよ。
I don't like that.
Save him?
Capuchin stepped over the spots of blood on the floor and walked towards Lucas. He took a syringe from his bag and stabbed the unconscious Lucas in the neck before injecting some kind of drug. I could hear his pulse. The next moment, his eyes opened wide and his pupils began to quiver vigorously. Oh, yeah. He then held his hand over where the syringe left a mark as he went into a seizure.
よし、このぐらい打てば死ぬまでの間、正気を飛ばせるだろう。
What? Capuchin spoke calmly as he wiped away the liquid left on the needle. Capuchin, what did you do to him?
私なりの支援だよ。彼は昔からこの薬がお気に入りでね。
He's been drugging him!
投与するとたちまち動きが良くなる。そうそう。初めて我が病院にナディアが運び込まれた時も。
I guess.
お願い。頼む。殺す。あなたの指示通り。
I'll kill just as you
どんなリ
requested.
ライバーが相手でも、この手で殺してみせるから。どうか。これ以上は。ナディアを生きたまま
What?
殺さないでくれ。
この薬を無限に投与されながら心停止させては蘇生するナディアを救うために。
Huh?
我らの洗脳が完了するまで泣きながらリライバーを殺していたっけか。
I was appalled that he could laugh. This was what made me feel uncomfortable that night. This was the truth behind faith gone mad. There were no such things as miracles. Instead, what brought danger to her life was sheer human malice. Capuchin inhumanly brainwashed Lucas, using his younger sister's life as a shield and taking him down the path of evil. Just as my brain arrived at the truth, no, she was sick. My vision went red with rage. Before I knew it, I was slamming against the iron bars with all my might. My skin peeled and blood was squeezed out, but my wounds were nothing like the pain Lucas and Nadia sustained. Capuchin! You're the one who caused all this! You made him into a serial killer! It was all his fault. It really is all his fault. What kind of doctor are you? You don't have the right to call yourself one.
その医者失格な人間がナディアをかろうじて延命させているのを忘れたかい？
I. Huh? What? I.
では、私はここで失礼するよ。
Oh no, he didn't take the Hippocratic Oath. He took the Hippopotamus Oath, which says crush people with your teeth.
より一層使命に励むよう、リュカ君に伝えておいてくれたまえ。かわいい助手君。
Yeah. Lucas slowly woke up right after Capuchin left. His eyes were dull and unfocused. He struggled to breathe as his shoulders were moving up and down with each breath. Lucas? Yeah, I grabbed his clothes, seeing him in pain, but he didn't stop.
Nira, Ipa, Akuma. 刑事の通り殺さなくては。
Can we hit him in the temple again? Stop! You're already at your limit.
大丈夫。 私はまた頑張れる。
Uh-huh. This is only chapter 3.
浄化し、ナディアを救って会うことを許されたら泣かせてしまったことを。
Only 4. He coughed out some blood. Let's count. Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18. So 18 for chapter 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 for 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're on 12. So we're close to the end of chapter 3, but oh boy. We were getting to this level of stuff at chapter 4 of Mathis. So I'm just terrified about what chapter 4 is. He coughed out some blood. Yeah.
でもどうすればいいのだろう。今まで兄弟喧嘩など
Chapter 4 is dramatic!
一度もしたことなかったから。
Yeah.
仲直りの方法なんて知らない。誰も教えてくれなかった。教えてくれるはずの父と母も。
Oh, flashback. Okay.
よりにもよってお前がこの国の平穏を荒らすか。
What? What was that flashback?
刑事を
Oh, God!
殺してしまった。
Oh! He killed his parents! He was still trying to stand up. Even in his madness, he still cared for his younger sister, whom he used as support. Ah, it was hard to look at him now. But at the same time, my love for him grew even stronger. We're fucked in the head. No, his dad was the core leader. Like what Adolf and Yves are in. This is tears spilled from my eyes. Oh no, CG. Oh no. Oh, honey. Just his dad? Okay. It's enough. It's enough already. You've already done your very best. I tried to embrace him through the bars. I spoke to him the same words that brought joy to my heart when he said them to me. Oh, honey. His body shook as I pulled him back towards the bars. You don't need to be strong now. Oh boy.
ここで頑張るのは間違っていますよ。
Yeah.
むしろ頑張ったら、私は君が本音を語ってくれるまで叱ります。
This is after we saw Budo kill a man in front of us. The man who killed the dude in front of us was comforting us from feeling absolutely fucking terrified. Yeah. I used what he said to me before to try and reach him. If you can't take it anymore, you could say you want help. It's okay to voice your anger. You've saved me in the past by telling me I don't need to be strong all the time. So it's my turn to save you. Please, please, please don't try to be strong anymore. I want you to be weaker than you are now. If not, you won't ever let yourself cry. He was in my arms in a daze over what was happening. Yeah, therapy strangling. But the moment my tears began to wet his back. Yeah. In response, he slowly released his strength.
一人で頑張るのが辛い。
He spoke in a sorrowful voice. Yeah.
リライバーも本当は
There's Pokey Rogue. I haven't played Pokey Rogue, but it looks fun.
ない。どれだけ剣をしていようと人と同じ姿をした命を
Yeah. He had done what he could to protect his precious treasure, even to the point of insanity, but Capuchin's selfish orders tore them apart. Yeah, good grazing! Ooh, my paw!
Hi, Ed Crochet!
You came in at a wild fucking time. Lucas gasped as he took in some air. Oh.
もう嫌だ。どうして
Oh.
残りわずかな寿命の中で私はあの子のそばにいれず君からも
Yeah, just quit your job.
切り離されなければならない。
Yeah.
Hi, Devo. I'm doing alright. How are you?
Yeah, get kissed by the gay fairy that helps people quit their jobs. That sounds great. Yeah, put in your 2 weeks notice, your 2 weeks death notice. Fucking hell. He expressed a natural sentiment, one that all humans would understand. But Lucas wasn't allowed to scream his feelings, even though his days were numbered.
どうして神は私とあの子にばかり残酷な試練を課すのだ。
yeah, quiet quitting, yeah.
遺伝子疾患、部の才能、なんだそれは。私たちは何も望んでいない。そんな特別もいらない。
Good job to the voice actor. Holy fuck. Yeah.
たとえ短くとも手をつなぎ、
yeah.
同じ速度で。
Oh.
ただの兄と妹として。
I love this VA. Here's your rip, Ellie. You got bot tackled. Congrats on your bot tackle. Anton so bloomy and wet. You can't say that. Yeah.
大切な思い出や感情とともに普通に生きたかっただけなんだ。
Oh, my heart hurts for these babies. I feel the same way. I only wanted to be by your side and see the two of you live happily. I held him in my arms as he cried. I wanted to affirm all his wishes. If only they hadn't met the previous minister or Capuchin. He would have just been a loving brother who was skeptical of relivers, and she would be dead. Even if the sins he committed could never be forgiven. Still, you could cry all you want. I'll stay by your side until the very end. I'll listen to everything you have to say. And we'll think together about how to make amends with Nadia. I've had my own share of fights with Adolf, like siblings do, so I'm pretty experienced in reconciling. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. His trembling began to subside. He laid his hand gently on my arm that embraced him. Oh.
それは実に 頼もしいですね。
Aww.
まさか教え子であ
Sure.
る君に
Oh, I can share a wholesome fact too. Did you know that when
教え
otters...
を解かれる日が来るとは。
Lucas, I love you, sweetie. Be quiet. Did you know when otters fall asleep, they hold hands so that they don't get lost? Wholesome fact. He is capable of being fixed.
そうか。誰かにすがることは
Otters are precious.
こんなにも
What's this? Oh.
安心できるものなんですね。
Well. Oh. Internet has just been shitty for me all today. Our Prince on the floor crying emo. Do we have that? Oh, that's so cute. My internet actually at my office the internet went out. We were in the middle of working on shit and the internet fucking went out. And so I basically worked from home for a little bit, for half the day. Because I was like, oh, I can't do shit here. So it went out at like 11. And we got the text that they're like, hey, there's an internet outage in your area. It'll be back up at 4:30. Okay. Yeah. Just a provider outage. Do we have a prince crying on the floor emoji? I don't think we do. We have the prince cry that Zetetica made. Yeah. I don't think... Yeah. Do I have... Hold on. Hold, please. Yeah, there's the rip. I mean, it probably wouldn't be hard for me to turn that into a crying on the floor emoji. I just take out the rip and put a puddle of blue. Oh, that's adorable. I somehow had Lucas break the lock on the cage. Oh, that's interesting. I then went into storage to retrieve the nutritional drip he had. Huh? And helped administer it to him. Of course, it wouldn't be enough to stop the curse, but Lucas had been doing his purification rituals for days without food or drink, so eating solids now might stress his body. How do you feel?
先ほどよりは
Still bloody.
断然良いかと。水も多量に飲んだので、打たれた薬も少しだけ薄まったように感じます。
He does look good. Oh, God. Clip Studio just opened in the weirdest fucking way, and I about had a heart attack. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Nothing I needed to worry about. Aw, ants keep aphids as pets. It's under ENVtuber our emotes. Okay. Give me one moment. One moment. We're doing some on-the-spot work. Big things happening behind the scenes.
Hello, Bryson.
Yeah, he looks absolutely darling. Yeah, we're doing it live. Here we go. Okay. There it is. All right, if you refresh your page, you should see a brand new emote. Prince Cry. It is, unfortunately, I did have to put it as a tier 1 only. I might need to make the tiers a little less dark blue. But it works. Yeah, new emote. On the fly, we're doing it live. Yeah, I'll probably change the color. That's too dark blue. Too dark of a blue. But it works for right now. Yeah, we're professionals. Twitch got stuck for you? That sucks. But not completely. Oh god.
撃たれ続けてきましたから、そう簡単には消えないでしょう。正直なところ、今も教祖様から植え付けられた歪んだ教えが
So Lucas is a victim in
頭
this.
から離れなくて。
He is a victim. He's done horrible things, but he's also the victim.
もうリライバーを殺したくないと思っているはずなのに、彼らの姿を思い出すだけで殺意や嫌悪感が止まらなくなる。
Oh, well, welcome back. Then I guess we'll need to make sure you don't see them. What are your plans to do now, Lucas? Don't tell me you're going to continue following Capuchine's orders.
いえ、
We are out of the
どう
cage
にか
now.
警備の目を盗み、ナディアに会いに行こうかと。態度が一変した教祖様のそばにあの子を置いておくのもいささか不安なので。
Yeah. I see. I guess we'll need to talk a bit more about what to do. We should prioritize confirming Nadia's safety and find a way to make amends.
できるのでしょうか。
I'm sure it's possible. I bet Nadia's waiting for you. We can apologize to her together. You can tell her your complaints then and show her your weak side too. We've both hidden too many things despite being a family.
君の言う通りです。生徒や妹には散々頼れと言っておきながら、
I hope not.
私自身その教えを実行できていなかった。ですが、どうして君まで謝罪を。それに私たちとは。
Didn't he get it?
Are we gonna kiss him? Another CG? Oh, no, reminder of this.
愛しています。
Yeah.
どうか私と結婚してください。
Oh, does he not remember proposing?
命果てるまで寄り添う伴侶を選ぶのなら私は君がいい。
The memories from back then returned, though this time I felt no fear. He must have gone mad from effects of brainwashing over a period of time. Still, it didn't change the importance of his meaning. Yeah.
That's a strange thing to say. You asked for my hand in marriage. So why don't you see me as part of your family?
Despite being covered in blood, Lucas tried to hide his blushing with his hands, but it was too late. Even his ears were flushed red. Oh, sweetie pie. It had been a long time since I stepped outside at night. The first thing that had to be done was to confirm Nadia's condition and apologize. Lucas needed to disregard Capuchine's orders and see Nadia before his life came to an end. Yeah. Oh boy, we therefore decided to infiltrate the hospital in secret. The guards were patrolling the area, but they didn't mean a thing to Lucas. He carried me in his arms and jumped across the roofs of buildings in Coan, landing at a secluded part of the garden. We slowly moved near the window to the hallway. Yeah. He broke through a part of the glass with his dagger. You should make that quieter to unlock the window from the inside.
Breaking and entering, is that something a good boy would do?
君がそばにいてくれるなら私はいくらでも悪い子になれそうです。
Oh. 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 I took his hand and he lifted me inside the hospital. We made our way through in silence, but it didn't take us very long to arrive in front of our destination.
Have you decided what to tell Nadia first?
もちろん。内容はぼかしつつ、カプシーヌの人使いの荒さを相談しようかと。
What if she's not in there? What if she's not in there?
Sounds good.
She's not gonna be in there, is she? We both smiled at each other for slowly opening the door. Nadia would usually be sleeping this hour, but...
兄様。
She's awake.
それにあなたも。
Why do you sound so calm?
よかった。最近全然来てくれないから。
Oh, you're so
あの時のこと。
calm. The resident of the room was awake and greeted us with a gentle smile. We both headed towards the bed where Nadia was sitting as usual.
ナディア、あの時、心配してくれるあなたに対し、不誠実な態度をとってしまってすみません。彼女がそばにいてくれたおかげで私もようやく目が覚めました。これからあなたに話したいことがたくさんあるんです。何日もかけるぐらい長くなるし、情けない姿も見せると思いますが、聞いてくれますか？
ええ、もちろん。私は全然怒ってないから気にしないで。
That's weird.
怒っていない。
Oh yeah, they revived her.
ええ、兄様にだって人に話せない秘密ぐらいあるでしょ。それをすねて聞き出そうとするなんて、私ってば自分勝手だったわね。
Nadia easily made peace with Lucas, who was anxious about the reconciliation. What a relief. The sense he committed Capucine, Nadia's cure more. The issues are far from being resolved, but at least this was one less thing for... Yep.
誰だ？
兄様、何を言ってるの？
Oh no.
私はナディアよ。この世にただ一人しかいない。
Seeing him go pale, Nadia looked up with a bewildered expression.
違う。私にはわかる。
Lucas quickly grabbed Nadia's arm, rolled up her sleeve. Wasn't that? Yep. They turned her into a reliver. Huh? There her arm, yep, was a beautiful mark that resembled a blooming flower. The mark of a reliver? What? This doesn't make sense. Lucas, isn't Nadia a human just like you? His body began to shake. Suddenly the door opened and it came a doctor with a single document in hand.
リュカ・プルーストさんですね。あなたの妹、ナディア・プルーストは、カプシーヌ院長を保証人とし、
Oh,
人間として
God.
の延命を拒み、死亡後、 誓約書に同意してリライバーとなりました。
The doctor forced the document to Lucas's hands and stood there shocked. They knew he was here.
ここで余生を過ごす入院患者にも途中で死ぬのを恐れ、いつでもそれを実行できるよう設備や誓約書を用意している。
That doesn't make sense. This whole hospital is against relivers. Why would they have the document? In the signature box was her name signed in unusual fashion.
この誓約書をあの子が書いた。貴様、本物のナディアをどこに連れて行った？
Yeah, he tried to grab the doctor, but Nadia tugged on his clothes from the bed.
兄様、私ならここにいるわよ。
Her calling him brother definitely didn't sound the way it once did. The girl in front of us sounded like she was simply reading a document that explained their relationship. A reliver who lost her love for her brother. His eyes went dull.
違う。
Oh.
お前はナディアじゃない。
Oh god. Bro shook off her small hand and drew his dagger. Oh fuck! Lucas, no! Before I could stop him.
その顔で、その声で、私を呼ぶな!
His purifying blade sliced the air. Oh, chapter 4! Oh, chapter 4! Oh, chapter 4.
男は天使と悪魔をその身に飼っている。
Oh.
神から試練ばかりが与えられる彼らに、天使は憐れんだ。
Oh.
なんてかわいそうな人間なのだと。
Alright, well, we're keeping going.
悪魔は笑った。なんて滑稽な人間なのだと。すると男は自らを憐れむ天使を殺し、
Oh.
悪魔だけを受け入れて、
Oh.
そう、私は滑稽な男なのだ。
It is.
どうか忘れてくれるなよ。悪魔よ。お前は滑稽な私が犯した罪の証だよ。
I'm so fucking thrown that I'm just sitting here in silence stimming. I'm just like, oh boy. Oh god. Lucas. Red tears flowed from the eyes of the doll Nadia always kept by her side. Lucas breathed heavily. On the bed was a victim who died in a manner far different from his purification rituals. An existence that may or may not be called Nadia lay on the bed, covered in red. Yeah. Blood dripped from her flesh and onto the floor. Yeah, bro, you weren't thinking! Suddenly, Lucas's dull eyes regained their light. He's fucking broken.
そんな、私は。
Lucas. Lucas! Bro! Oh god. Hold on. We gotta count how many are in 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 13. So it was 13 there. So, oh boy. Comfort him. We're gonna comfort him. Support him. I quickly held him as he began to stumble. We need to pray for her now. Yeah.
君の言う通りですね。
That was not how I expected that to go. He slowly lowered his arm with the dagger in his hand. He had shouted so much that he didn't want to kill anyone anymore, but regarding the reliver in front of him, the person who looked so much like his younger sister, he was distraught over killing her without any hesitation. I grabbed the collar of the doctor who showed us the pledge on Lucas's behalf. Where did you take Nadia?
ですから、同意のもとリライバーに。
Liar. There's no way a person who kept true to her feelings would decide to become a reliver in such a short span of time. Even if she did, she would never have done so without contacting Lucas.
さすがに、この程度の言い訳で騙されてはくれないか。
Oh. The man had a small transmitter attached to his white coat, and what came through was a familiar voice.
カプシーヌ。
あれほど従順だった君がなぜ私の言いつけを破ってまで侵入したのか疑問だったが、君の影響だったか。いやはや、愛の力とは寒々しくて恐ろしい。そのまま寿命でのたれ死ねば都合が良かったというもの。
Yeah. His hateful words were being directed not at me, but Lucas.
だがまあ、その執念を評価して、本物のナディアに再会させてあげようじゃないか。
Oh no. Oh.
やはりナディアは生き
Probably
ているんですね。
not well. Probably not well. No, I think she's dead.
今は私の
that's
個人
worse.
的な研究室でゆっくりと休んでいる。
Oh, that's worse.
場所を案内するから、目の前の男から通信機を受け取り、誘導に従ってくれ。
It was a revived Nadia. It was Nadia. Just because if they put another person, she would have died immediately, basically. The man emotionlessly handed the transmitter to Lucas. He took it in hand and latched it onto his clothes.
Blessings.
It was risky to trust him like this, but we didn't know where he took Nadia unless we followed his instructions. Oh boy. Oh boy. Here, have some blessings. Which meant we had no other choice.
君はここで。
I'm going too.
しかし。
Yeah. Probably. I appreciate your concern, but even if I didn't go, I might be abducted by someone here since the hospital is managed by the society. More importantly, I came here to see Nadia. I have no intention of leaving until I can confirm she's safe. He must have known that I wouldn't bend no matter what he said.
無茶だけはしないでください。
Okay, Mr. killed his sister.
いざという時は迷わず私を見捨てて逃げるように。
He spoke sternly and then.
ごめんなさい。
Yeah. Well, they have reliver technology. They have old reliver technology that they stole or something. They somehow got it. That they've been using to relive the relivers they killed in order to experiment on them. Yeah.
君も遺伝子上は確かに私の妹なのに、本当に私は薬一つにも打ち勝てない。
He covered the body of the reliver Nadia with the bed sheets and offered a prayer of repentance. No. So they take the hearts and then use the DNA and the blood from the hearts to make clones of them and relive them. And then, yeah. We headed through the hospital with just our footsteps making any sound. Yeah, if it was us, it turned out we're a Nadia clone, I'd fucking lose it. This was the second time I was at the Society's true base of operations. Look at this lovely place. Doesn't it just scream good work happens in here? All right, stretch break. Yeah. Yes, he is. Could be. But what I saw was much different from what I could recall before.
No one's here.
実験体として利用されていたリライバーまで姿を消していますね。
Mathis had similar. He also had double helix shaped lights, but his were different. These are more tubular, his were more free form. I was able to avoid seeing the horrors of the experiments, but the silence was even eerier.
そのまままっすぐ。そうだね。先日彼女を拘束していたあたりまで来てくれ。すぐそばに他のものよりも光が弱い照明がある。その真横。
We're not going to be let out here. We are not going to be let out of here alive. Like, we understand we're not going to be let out of here alive. We followed the instructions given through the transmitter and Lucas knocked on the wall. Suddenly, a rectangular outline appeared.
本部に
Yeah.
こんな隠し通路が。
It seemed even the closest to Capuchin were unaware of the hidden route leading deep into the facility. Everyone has secret labs. All the villains have secret labs. The transmission from Capuchin suddenly came to an end. It seemed like he had no intention of talking to us again until we arrived. That's not good. Beyond the door was a dark passage with no end in sight. Lucas walked through the passage ahead of me, and soon we ended up in front of an old door. Lucas took a breath and put his hand against the door. He slowly opened it and stepped into the deepest part of the Society's secret base. Oh. Oh. Oh! I don't like that. Oh. Oh. That's freaky. Oh. I'm uncomfortable. Light shone into our vision. Inside the well-kept room were a number of medicines organized into multiple cabinets. My eyes caught sight of the pale dolls that could be found anywhere that I looked. They all stared at us in silence. Yeah, more cages. What is this place? What I saw at their facility was much worse, but this room was incredibly unsettling. I looked around to see why, but I found nothing. The devices I saw here looked similar to what was used in the other facility. Oh. I don't like that. I don't like that. Lucas stepped forward with his guard up as blood dripped from his body.
Capuchin.
教祖様とはもう呼んでくれないのだね。残念だよ。君のことはずっと昔から弟同然に思ってきたというの。
No, you didn't.
私もあなたや先代教祖のことを兄のように信頼。いえ、もう信しておりました。ですが、これまであなたたちが私やナディアにしてきた仕打ちをすべて思い出した以上、もう献身を捧げることはできません。ナディアはどこですか？答える気がないというのなら。
Lucas clenched his fist with power and intimidated Capuchin with his words.
おお、怖い怖い。今砕かれるのはさすがに困る。私の体は少々特殊でね。
Oh, he's a reliver.
用意するにはそれなりの手間や時間がかかるんだ。
A new body? I wonder if that meant he created... Oh no, is that what he uses kids for? I don't like that. Your new bodies for some of the past. It almost sounded as if, Capuchin, don't tell me. You're the leader of the Society of Exorcists, but you're a reliver?
ああ、かれこれ40年以上は教祖を務めさせてもらっているかな。
Oh. He nonchalantly answered my question that would shake the foundation of his teachings.
バカな。ありえない。教団の教祖は寿命を迎えるたびに使命性で完全なる別人に引き継がれていくはず。現に私を拾った先代とあなたの容姿は。
先代か。彼は確か。あ、まあ。ようやく見つけた。君がリュカ・プルースト君だね。もう大丈夫だよ。私たちと共においで。こんな声色だったかな。懐かしいね。
はあ？
あの日はとても寒い夜で、君も風邪をひきかけていた。
The words of salvation were spoken by the previous minister to bring Lucas to the society, but the current minister was saying it in the same voice as the previous minister. Lucas stared in shock. But I thought it was impossible to create relivers with different appearances.
厳密には不具合が生じるので作ることを禁止されている。
Oh.
理論上だけで言えば可能なのだよ。無論カプシーヌという身分や名前もすべて偽り、我が名はオーティ。
Oh, wait, we know about Orty. We know he's a bad guy. We've heard that name before. He stole.
あの傲慢なる男に、一度は底辺へと落とされた。この世で最も 遺伝子という存在を愛する男だ。
Oh, that's weird. Who loves and appreciates genes? Huh? That's creepy. I don't like that wording. Okay, here's Capuchine's side. This is a story of a man so fascinated by the art found within the human body. Oh. I was born into a family of farmers in Koen with an appearance much different from now. When I was young, my parents passed away from the curse at 23 because they didn't have the money to become relivers. Fortunately for me, I was much more intelligent than the other children my age, so I was allowed admission into a special school where the children were trained to work one day as researchers at the institute. Researchers were given special treatment in this country, given priority to the process of becoming relivers. I majored in genetics, the most difficult and important subject to earn the money and status to gain the right to become a reliver. I studied day after day, staring at the phantasmal genes depicted in my textbooks. My efforts were rewarded. I was invited to join the Institute and given the means to escape from the curse of death through reliver technology. Since then, I plan to achieve enough results there for me to live a decent life as a reliver, but it was then that I saw for the first time real genes that weren't just a diagram in a textbook. This is a weird, yeah, this man has a weird fetish. The double helix. Oh, why are you getting weirdly aroused by this? Containing a wealth of information to create life was so beautiful. I trembled before it moved to tears. Yes, it was at that very moment I was completely captivated by the mystery and majesty of human genes. From then on, my life changed. My parched soul was finally nourished, and I did everything to keep them by my side. Huh? I spent days and nights on my research. Before long, I rose through the ranks and was allowed to conduct my own research. I then focused on a particular subject. I was mesmerized by women, oh no, who possessed a unique ailment that others didn't. Oh, genetic disorders. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's weird. He's like the worst kind of chaser. He is the worst kind of disabled chaser.
同じ人間だというのに、コードされた情報がわずかに異なるだけで、遺伝子はここまで美しくなるのか。私の愛する遺伝子たちが23年ごとに死滅するなど、あまりにも耐え難い。
Yeah, he probably would, but
どうにか遺伝子たちだけでも守り続ける方法はないだろうか。
That's a weird thing to be fascinated and oh, weird. After intensive thought, I came up with the idea to create a new breed of humans. Oh no. I used technology to my advantage. I edited and combined multiple genes, modifying my creations so that they could endure the curse. Oh, that's right. He was the one who was experimenting with homunculi. He's the one who was experimenting with homunculi, which inspired Mathis's faux brother, whose name I don't, inspired Jean, we're just gonna keep calling him Jean, inspired Jean to do this because there were royal guards talking about that they had raided Orty's lab and seen horrible misfigured monstrosities that he had created in his attempt to make homunculi. I then altered the life I created into a vessel that would contain my precious genes. The original genes I modified did experience some after effects, but it was nothing in comparison to their preservation. Yeah. But then... Yeah. He dismissed my work like it was nothing. The man was seen as a god, loved by the heavens as a true genius. Yeah. The man was the oldest reliver in this country's savior, Shan Brophis.
遺伝子のために人間もどきを作るバカな研究がなぜ必要とされると思っている。
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. Yes, he had kidnapped a bunch of orphanage children.
大体だな。お前が数年かけて完成させたこの尊き研究とやら、かつて俺が1週間程度で構築し、使えないと捨ておいたものとほぼ同じだが。
Yeah. What humiliation. The ideal I sought wasn't even a stepping stool for the genius beloved by God. But years later, someone found value in my work. Oh no. I would like to support your research. Oh no! I would rather support your ambitions than help Xian Brofis with his eternal loop of stagnation. A researcher at the Institute contacted me to offer support. With his cooperation, I abducted humans and relivers from the slums to use as test subjects for my experiments. But my activities were discovered and reported by to Xian Brofis by that crafty little boy who became his confidant. Oh. Oh. Dahoot. I was kicked out of the Institute and sentenced to death. But my supporter pulled strings to help me escape from execution. I successfully hid myself among the recently established Society of Exorcists. Oh no. I don't know. Yeah, this is before Lucas, so it can't be Jean. Because Jean isn't a reliver. So somebody else. He didn't conduct his research on human genes to save humans. He was trying to protect the genes he liked and used humans for his mad experiments.
その時、極刑が果たされていれば。
Yeah, Capuchin ignored Lucas's muttering and continued. Our founder led a group of researchers to conduct their research from a different angle to find the reason behind our short lives.
あちらには劣るが、ここの設備を乗っ取ることができれば、研究を再開することができる。
Oh boy, so he's the one who turned it into a cult. I immediately put my idea to action.
あくまでも人道的な範囲での研究を。
Is that Salome's voice? It sounds like Salome's voice, but
どれだけ研究に行き詰まろうと。
I don't think it is.
他者を巻き込むことだけは絶対に許しません。
No, it's not. It's not. Pathetic. Oh, so pathetic that I killed our idealistic founder in a way that made it look as though she died from some disease. I then became the next minister as a real human. I deceived the followers and sometimes used drugs to brainwash them into preaching about the dangers of relivers. Oh no. Oh god. The perfect hideout was constructed. No one would expect a reliver-hating organization to create relivers for use in their experiments. But then a problem arose. Turning the organization into an anti-reliver group required me to change my identity. After all, my appearance and age were fixed as a reliver, which would cause unnecessary commotion among the followers. So I used the experimental records that the founder left behind. Reading her notes surprised me beyond belief. It seems she herself had reasons to hide her true identity, which was that she was actually a reliver. I assumed it was because, like me, she was a criminal on the run. She discovered a way to change the appearance of relivers while minimizing the risks associated with such modifications. She wrote, "It is possible to change one's appearance at the risk of creating clones with bugs and damages to its functions in memory bank." Yeah. The backup data contained a person's genes. So what she did was keep 99% of the genetic data as it is, then change the remaining 1% by replacing the genes with someone else's. Oh boy. By doing so, she's able to successfully create a clone possessing a different hair color and facial features. I immediately put her work to action. I timed myself so I could die at the right time to prevent suspicion that I was a reliver. I then created different clones, using them to become the next generation of ministers. I made it look like I was passing the torch to the next minister, but I remained its head. Oh, that's weird. I doubt I need to explain the rest. I used the devout believers and sometimes fanatical followers as cover, so that I could obtain all the blood and hearts I needed to conduct my experiments.
そのためには、
Oh.
使える駒が必要だ。
I hired assassins for the role, but I sought someone more efficient, and that was when a letter from my supporter arrived. The supporter informed me of an existence that even Xian Brofis was aware of. He was from the Proust family, renowned for their strength and dedicated to guarding the royal family. It seemed he was the strongest among them, a true monster who was born to kill. Oh boy, the child named Lucas Proust. I saw an opportunity when he left home with his younger sister. I offered salvation while keeping them in captivity. I brainwashed him thoroughly. Oh god, planning to use him until he died from the curse. Oh boy. I'm sorry, everybody hates Xian. That's just the sitcom about this game. Everybody hates Xian.
私が生み出した生命こそが新たな人類と呼ぶにふさわしい存在だ。
I don't want your weird pet project homunculi to become new humans. Yeah, except for us. Yeah, we're gonna fuck him. Capuchin spoke to us about a man from the past. Where are we in chapter 4? I'm interested. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're already 5. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's into hoot. Yeah. Capuchin spoke to us about a man from the past, a man who held a grudge towards Xian. A man who saw beauty in genes and worked to bring to life only the genes he adored. So this is like weird eugenics. This is fetish eugenics. I don't like this. Those 2 points were the only things that moved Capuchin. He had no interest in fighting the curse whatsoever. His true name is Ordy. He has been infatuated with genes since his time working as a researcher at the Institute. After being expelled for his inhumane experiments, he hid among the Society of Exorcists. By making use of prohibited reliver technology that can change one's appearance, he may remain the minister of the society. I don't see Nadia.
全てはあなたの私欲と自己顕示欲を満たすための。
Meaning the ritual you ordered Lucas to do after killing the relivers was... yeah.
予想通り、リュカ君をはじめとした信徒たちを納得させるためのカモフラージュだよ。私としては実験に使う遺伝子、血さえあれば十分だったのだが、かの支援者がなぜか変死体の隠滅や心臓の提供を必要に求めるものだからね。
Who is your supporter?
さあ、どこの誰かは私も知
You
ら
don't
ない。
even know?
奴とのやりとりは手紙や部下を介して行っているのでね。
That sounds dangerous, but alright.
研究所に所属していた時ならば交流があったかもしれないが。
No idea. Salome! Perhaps?
異なる容姿のリライバーに生まれ変わった際の、記憶と肉体の齟齬による欠落の影響で、私の記憶は一部欠落しているのだよ。だから彼女どちらだったか。支援者の顔や名前はまるで知らないんだ。
That's actually pretty convenient for them. You can't rat him out. He spoke as if trying to recall the memory of an old friend. Don't you hee me. Unlike Lucas, who was brainwashed, this person knew that his actions were evil, yet showed no remorse for it. And now Lucas and I both felt an ominous unease. Lucas only began to speak as if to shake off the feeling.
あなたの身勝手な過去とナディアに一体何の関係が。時間稼ぎのつもりならば無駄で。
君の人質とするために引き取ったナディア・プルースト。部を司るプルースト家に生まれながら正反対の虚弱を得てしまった異例の存在。
Lucas' shoulders twitched.
私はかつてそんな彼女に興味を惹かれてね。試しに血液検査をしてみたところ、なんと彼女は遺伝子疾患が、
no.
さらにはその原因となる遺伝子が。
Yeah. Oh no, his fetish genes, his perfect fetish genes.
私が今まで見たこともない
美
しいことが判明したのだ。そう。一目惚れだ。私はあの少女が持つ遺伝子に燃えるような恋をしている。
Huh? That's a great response. Huh? The ominous feeling finally manifested in its worst possible form because of Capuchin. Not for Nadia, but he fell in love with the genes that were eating away at her body? The moment we realized what he was saying. So yes. Yeah. Lucas covered his mouth with his hand.
お前はこの8年間あの子をそんな狂った目で見ていたのか。しかも遺伝子疾患だと病名が分かっていたのに。私やあの子に知らせもせず、お前のような外道にナディアの遺伝子から紙一本まで捧げるものか。
その言葉そっくりそのまま返してあげよ
う。What do you mean?
あんなにも楽しそうにリライバーを殺していた殺人鬼が今さら私を責め立てるのか。
So wait, is his whole argument you can't say I'm bad because you did something bad too. That's the pot calling the kettle black.
それとも洗脳されていた自分には一切の非はない。
That's literally what happened?
まさか。
That's literally what happened.
お前と私は同類だ。
Yeah.
多くのリライバーを
Yeah, that's how brainwashing
自分の
works.
ために殺めてきた。救いようのないクズにして。
He literally had no idea what he was doing.
寿命を
Well, he was
全うすることすらおこがまし
coerced
い。
into it.
本来ならば今すぐにでも裁かれるべき人間でしょう。
If I were you, I would have simply not been brainwashed.
ですが、その破滅に彼女とナディアを巻き込むことだけは
My nose itches so badly.
He repeats his first demand with murderous intent.
もう一度言う。これが最後の忠告だ。私たちの妹、ナディアを返せ。カプシーヌ。
Oh boy.
私と同等のクズであるお前が相手なら。
Please, can we kill him?
肉塊にすることに。
Nadia's dead.
ためらいはないぞ。
Or she's turned into a doll. The intimidation emanating from the strongest man in the country could not be matched. He would keep his word and strike him into the ground if Capuchin dared refuse.
やれやれ。気の短いお兄様だ。どうせならば祝福の言葉が欲しかったのだが。反対されているのなら仕方ない。これも我らに与えられた。
You're not.
愛の試練か。
Capuchin didn't seem intimidated by Lucas's words and showed no sign of running. He walked towards the doll leaning against the bed and rubs its cheeks. Suddenly the doll's pale skin molded to with his fingers. I thought it was some kind of doll made of porcelain, but the doll's skin was strangely supple. In a few seconds, the doll's cheek returned to its former curve. It was as if the doll had flesh like a normal human.
君とは長年の付き合いだった。だが私はとうとう運命の人を見つけてしまってね。
No!
よって君とはここでお別れだ。安心したまえ。君が残してくれた遺伝子は彼女の中で永遠に生き続ける。
My mouth went dry in an instant. My heart beat quick and a sense of unknowable fear took over. The doll slowly fell onto its side after Capuchin moved his hand away. Suddenly, from the doll's hands and feet, coagulated blood splurted onto the floor? The pressure in the room changed to silence. We looked around at the other dolls in the room. Upon careful inspection, we noticed that their arms and legs didn't exactly match each doll's body. It was as if they were created using parts from separate human bodies.
リュカ君、私はね、ナディアの遺伝子に恋をしたあの日から、彼女の遺伝子をすぐにでも自分のものにしたくて、君を利用しつつも、君が死ぬのをずっと待っていたんだ。
Footsteps echoed from the spiral staircase.
だから今回の発作で、ようやく君が死んでくれると思い、少々先走ってしまった。
I heard dragging. I looked in the direction of the sound, discovered a large thing covered with cloth. That thing was walking slowly down the stairs as if it was going to fall down. It finally arrived next to Capuchin.
さあ、私の美しい花嫁。
No! Oh, that's so fucking disgusting!
せっかくめかし込んだんだ。
That's so fucking
君の大好きな
disgusting!
お兄様に晴れ姿を見せてあげなさい。
Capuchin pulled off the covering. From beneath appeared a doll-like being. It had a natural white skin and wore a dress and veil dyed in red. From one of its elbows, bulging beings wrapped around its arm, wide to become a recognizable hand. I noticed the dress was adorned with a garland of skulls and roses, and the hair underneath the veil. He turned Nadia into a monster to marry with the same color as the person next to me, whose eyes were wide open. Oh, holy shit. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh, I was not expecting that. That thing, it was a creature over 2 meters tall that was only part human.
どうだね、美しいだろう。これがナディアを核として私が作り出した新人類だ。
Yeah, if that wasn't Nadia, I'd be like, whoa, cool design. But that's Nadia.
今彼女の肉体には20以上の女性の遺伝子や部位が組み込まれている。その代償として体躯は巨大化してしまったが、外見など私にとってはどうでもいい。君もそう思うだろう。私の愛しい遺伝子の花嫁ナディア。
The moment he looked into the eyes of his sister, who was turned into a horrifying bride. I almost heard a sound of something crack in Lucas's clear eyes. No, it can't even talk. With a scream, he fell into despair. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah. Bride of Insanity. Yeah. Beginning of tragedy. This is all a tragedy. It was slightly past midnight. As usual, the researchers were staring at the genetic data provided without concern for their personal health. Yeah. It was the same day. It was the same with Deputy Director DeHoot. His team's focus was on the heart. The next update would be coming soon. They needed to ensure that there were no issues with changes in memory size or transferring emotions into memory.
ブローの被害者が続出しても、うちはいつも通りの忙しさですね。リライバーがターゲットって言うなら、うちの研究所が真っ先に狙われそうですけど。有能な警備兵さんには感謝感謝です。
This is so fucked. Just as he was thinking of what to bake to show his gratitude to them.
ダハと10秒で支度しろ。警備兵たちを連れエクソシスト教団の病院へ。
Oh no.
第2部隊の指揮は任せ。
They're gonna burn it down. Shan continued with a serious expression, saying they were gonna arrest some criminals.
え？検挙って、とうとうあの病院、法外的な治療費の件が咎められたんです。
Yeah, don't let the weirdos take your fucking genes.
違う。以前胃潰瘍であの病院に入院していた男がいる。そいつがな、数時間前、なぜかリライバー化して検挙。
無事退院できたならよかったじゃないですか。なんでそんなことで検挙なんて。
Okay. Ellie says it's gonna be, the end is coming. Like, it's gonna be here soon.
病院でリライバーか？
More importantly,
機材もないはずなのに。
Oh god.
どこで？どうやって？
俺がクルーンたちから受けた協力要請がす。
He thought for a bit. You said reach out in search of a possible facility that illegally manufactured relivers, which meant
あの病院がブローをリライバーとして蘇らせたってことですか？
十中八九そうだ。
Well, incorrect, but close.
クローン体と入れ替えられた前の男は今頃ろくでもない目に遭っているだ。しかも見てみろ。奴が盗んできたこのカルテの筆跡よ。
Yeah.
筆跡
Look through the wrinkled papers. As Shan said, the writing used to chart the notes about the patient looked familiar. Too familiar. It looked like the handwriting of a criminal from a number of years ago. Yes, the handwriting was strangely similar to the handwriting of a man who should have been executed for toiling life.
王族を問い詰めたらあっさり白状した。
Oh, God.
当時極刑を受け護送中のオーティを、警備を担当していた近衛兵が好き。そしてその集体を別の近衛兵へとなすりつけ。
That meant. Or DeHoot quickly looked through the medical records once more. The handwriting was similar to Ortiz, but the name of the doctor responsible for writing the records showed Capuchin. It was the same doctor in charge of Nadia's care. A pervert who killed countless children under the guise of preserving genes for his own good. He was with Nadia every day.
すぐに着替えます。オーティの確保はお任せしますので、僕は入院患者の保護を担。
Just as DeHoot was about to run out, an alarm sounded for the first time in years.
うつせ。
Oh, God. Shannon's command turned on the display show what's happening outside. There on the screen. Oh, the Colt's attacking. A certain image appeared through the security cameras. Carpenter red spread out the front gate. Powerful guards and reliver staff working outside. They were all dead with every single limb sliced from their bodies. Standing amidst the horror was... Oh, Lucas Proust. He was there with the halberd that was used only by Bodo. He stood silently with an insane expression. Oh, no. Oh. Uh-oh.
Nadia.
Oh, God. I don't know. Lucas fell to the floor with his head in his hands in front of what was once Nadia. She didn't move at all even when he spoke her name. As for me, I still couldn't believe what I was seeing. Ah, that's a great point. That's a great point, Holly. All right, here's our prediction. Start prediction. Lucas clone, time skip, and then nobody vote for the third one. Wow, it's somehow neither. Or, you know, I guess you could vote for that one if you wish. What is going on? Predictions started. What is going on? What's going on? Do you think it's Lucas clone, time skip, or wow, it's somehow neither? But whatever you want. If you don't think it's clone or time skip, you think somehow this game went even fucking wilder, vote three. Okay, everybody thinks it's Lucas clone. Okay. Well, everyone who voted thinks it's Lucas clone. No, I didn't want to believe it. But she was just in her room. She looked so happy when she greeted us. So, why? Why did this happen? To someone so innocent and kind? Because bros fucked up. All I knew was...
どうだね。私の妻となる人は美しいだろう。この際だ。君のことを兄様とでも呼んだ方がいいのかな?
That this man was the source of all that had happened. He doesn't have his halberd with him right now. He threw his bloody dagger in a fit of rage, but... What? Nadia used her beast-like claws to deflect the flying blade.
Nadia... なぜそんな外道をかばうのです？
ああ、言い忘れたが、彼女は君のことを覚えていない。支援者の紹介でダウンロードする記憶をある程度操作する。彼女に偽りの記憶をすり込ませてもらった。
Yep. Oh, just like Mathis!
彼女が覚えているのは、私が自分の旦那様であるという一点のみ。
That's so gross.
まともな自我こそ消失しているが、だからこそ彼女はこの世界で唯一の拠り所たる私を命を懸けてでも守ろうとしてくれる。
With that, Kapshin lifted some of Nadia's hair with his hand.
やめろ。やめろ。その子は私と彼女の大事な妹だ。お前の花嫁などではない。お願いです。ナディア、戻ってきてください。私はまだあなたに大切なことを何一つ。
Oh, God.
私のことを嫌っても軽蔑してもいいから。
His prayer wasn't answered. His bride saw a man trying to harm her husband, so she moved in to kill her brother. Her veins bulged as she raided her Hugh's claws into the air. Seeing the reality of what was happening.
もう無理だ。これ以上は頑張れない。
His voice lacked the will to live. I suddenly came to my senses and quickly reached out to the table next to me. I grabbed one of the containers that held some kind of liquid. What do you think I'm doing, bro? Kapshin was too slow to react as he probably didn't see me as a threat. Without much thought, I quickly started throwing the containers filled with liquid between Nukas and Nadia. The liquids caused some kind of reaction. The room quickly filled with a white smoke and an irritating odor so strong it was making me dizzy.
Nadia, 近づくな。有毒ガスが発生している。
Nadia stopped upon hearing Kapshin's command. After coughing a few times, I grabbed Lucas's arm from where it lay limp on the floor. Stand up, Lucas! This is our chance to escape! Please stand up! I don't want to see you killed by Nadia, so please! He probably didn't have any fight left in him. Lucas slowly stood in a daze in response to my pulling on his arm. Fucking hell. Oh boy.
今度こそ あの化け物は用済みだ。
Oh, like the woman beside you?
最後に仕込んでおいたあの暗示を使わせてもらおうか。
What?
せいぜい残り少ない命を使って、
Oh no.
私のためにリライバーを殺し尽くすといい。
Number 3 is looking real hot. I lent Lucas my shoulders. We did our best to leave the hospital. We fell into one of the nearby alleys the moment we made our escape. We somehow dragged ourselves through the alley, bruising our knees so that we could find a place to hide. There was no commotion, and I didn't see anyone coming after us. Maybe he left us alone because Lucas was close to death. My former teacher remained stunned and unmoving. I did my best to somehow get us here, but I was at my limit too. Nadia. 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 Despair and sorrow gripped my heart. I could only imagine the horrors Nadia must have experienced to be transformed into that gruesome body. I imagined her calling Lucas's name for help. Ah! I cried with anguish while Lucas showed no signs of emotion. A number of shadows appeared from above. The next moment, behind us appeared... Oh! Lucas clones! It can't be! I saw Scylla as tall as the fake who diverted suspicion from Lucas that night. Oh, fake. Oh, yep. The man with his face hidden slowly walked towards Lucas. He then grabbed his head and slammed him into the ground. What are you? I tried to stop him, but someone struck me hard on the temple. I lost my strength and crumpled to the ground. Oh, no. He was touching Lucas's neck to check his pulse. He took out a familiar syringe. No! I said in my hand, but it was too late. Oh. The needle pierced Lucas's veins. Slowly, liquid is injected as an invitation to madness. So it was both. It was clones and actually him. How is it both? It was so hot. Hot, hot, hot. My mind melted from the burning heat. Memories from the past and present swirled inside my mind. Nadia. Ever since I was a child, I could only cause destruction except for my precious treasure who used to innocently hold my hand. My vision exploded in white, and then the next moment she turned into a monster. Why? All she wanted was to live like a normal person. Yeah. Why did she have to be remade into that deformed mass? The dark emotions I suppressed returned to defile my heart. Hate, 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 hate. I hated everything that took her life. Why was my mind so clouded? I couldn't remember the person I should hate. Oh no. That's Capuchin. Oh, that's just Lucas. I could hear a voice similar to mine from some unknown location. Oh.
ナディアが作り変えられることもなかった。ゆえに、憎むべき元凶は復讐を望むのなら、奴らを殺せ、奴らを殺して、お前がナディアの無念を晴らすんだ。
That was wrong. Killing would only sadden Prince. Oh, hey. Me. It's enough. It's enough already. You've already done your very best. I wondered, when did my student become someone so precious to me? He said Nadia was sweet and wonderful after they first met. He didn't think of her as a poor soul like I once saw her. Yeah. Yeah, you can kill Capuchin. Kill him, please. My dear beloved. The sins I carried would never disappear, but I didn't want to defile my body that he willingly embraced with blood. Yeah, we'll give you this one freebie. Kill this dude. I'll be happy. My resolve quickly vanished upon feeling a sharp pain run through my neck. Her image and voice melted into the darkness. I tried to reach out to her, but realized I couldn't move. Kill, 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 kill. The command to kill slowly seeped into my mind with each heartbeat. My pulse sped up, my mind went numb. All my precious emotions and memories were swallowed whole by the torrent of heat. No. Aww. I can no longer conjure wow, the memory of his warm embrace. Yeah. I see. For the final wail. My love was swallowed by hatred. Oh boy. The man walked away after injecting Lucas with 5 syringes! Lucas! I somehow got back to my feet and rushed over to shake him back to consciousness, but his breathing was shallow and his face pale. After numerous Caesars, he had numerous Caesar salads, and they fucked him up. This man got drunk off of Caesar salad dressing. After multiple seizures, his mouth was covered in blood. I wasn't sure why they let us go, but first I needed to have Lucas get some medical treatment. Yeah, his blood's been completely replaced with salad dressing. Yeah. My only hope now is to somehow get us someone I can trust. As I tried to lift Lucas onto my back, the light from a candle lit the area.
こんなところで何をしている？
夜間は外出禁止の通達が全区に届けられているだろう。
Two large men with the royal guard appeared in front of me. I raised my voice in unexpected fortune. Please help! He's lost consciousness! I didn't have time to think about who I was asking for help. The men looked unhappy with being bothered by a commoner like me, but then...
おい、そっちの男、血まみれじゃないか。まさか、ブローに襲われたのか。
His expression changed immediately, seemed misunderstood the situation.
なんだと？小娘、何があったのか？
Sure.
事情を聞かせてもらうぞ。
Of course, but please, can we take him to a doctor first?
病院ならば目の前にある。
No, not that one!
ここで治療を受ければ。
Well, I went to get a doctor from there earlier, but they kicked me out saying they didn't want to get involved with Bureau. The two nodded, readily acknowledging the lies I spoke naturally. The two tried to lift Lucas up by first crushing on the ground when, a shimmer, I heard something cut the air. Eh? Petals of blood bloomed across the ground and walls. Huh? Huh? The two fell to the ground as blood flowed from their necks. Lucas was slouched to the ground, but I looked at his fingertips. His cleanly cut nails were covered with warm blood. Lucas? He sliced their necks. He sliced their necks with his nails. A single swoop killed 2 trained soldiers. I held my breath. He slowly raised himself back up to his feet. Oh, he's lost it. His mad laughing pierced the night sky.
何が神だ。私はもうそんな不確かなものに惑わされ。
His pupils dilated while his beautiful irises contracted.
リライバー、命を使い捨て。
Oof.
もてあそぶ技術さえ私とナディアは普通の人間として死ぬことができたかもしれない。
Oh boy.
罪のない身で彼女と出会う。
Lucas! The only thing his eyes exhibited now was hatred. He must know that what he was saying was a desperate wish. His regrets spilled out in fitful heaves, and at times seemed to come out as questions. His sanity had completely deteriorated. He then mumbled as he breathed heavily. Yeah. Oh.
殺す。私たちの悲劇に関わる。すべての存在を私が。
Please wait! He quickly leapt onto a nearby roof. Oh, uh-oh. I quickly turned and prepared myself to run through the alleys when a certain figure appeared.
だから言っただろう。あの男が危険だと。
Husband! Husband! Reappearance of husband! You're alive! Anku? The watchman of death who was supposedly killed and buried came back to life and was now restraining me by the arm. Oh. Oh.
あの日もこんな風が吹いていたわね。
よかった。まだ起きてたのか、マム。
あら見ろ。こんな遅くにどうしたの？
チビたちが一斉に飛び起きて庭に出たいってうるせえんだ。施設の外には出ないから散歩がてら連れてってもいいか？
ダメよ。我慢させなさい。
だよな。ブローに狙われたら絶対全員死ぬだろうし。
ええ。それもあるのだけど。 なんだか嫌な風が吹いてるから。
Oh, she's also a reliver.
確かに今夜の風は生ぬるくて気持ち悪いよな。それに変な匂いもする。なんだろうな、この鉄みたいな匂い。
Oh no. Oh no. The blood. Okay. So, predictions. That prediction about that. It was a time skip. It was a time skip. Tragedy began under the dim moonlight. A young and beautiful man's blonde hair shimmered in the darkness. His face was filled with madness as he wielded his giant halberd.
神よ、理不尽な試練ばかりよ。その力で私を止めてみればいい。
Nobody did. Nobody picked that. Everybody picked Lucas clone. This game constantly subverts our expectations. The first victim from the residential district for many of the revivers was a rail guard reaching out to him while on patrol. But oh, Lucas Prouse. Nobody thought this would happen. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what is going on. Nobody thought this would happen. Yeah. But oh, Lucas Prouse only needed a few hours. With a population of about 3,000 people. Oh god, the country of Arpshell was dyed in fresh blood. Oh boy. He would go down in history as the worst killer of all time. Oh god. I didn't know that was gonna be sound, but oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we're gonna be ending soon. Within an hour, he filled the majority of Shedi with blood. Hiding inside their homes meant nothing. With his physical strength and halberd, everything fell to ruin. Screams for help burst from each house whose doors were broken through. The relivers who tried to escape were found outside and immediately executed. Oh, the Corps and the Royal Guard appeared to stop the threat. With over 50 of them, they didn't doubt their victory in the slightest. But Lucas laid waste to them all without suffering even a scratch. Yeah. Slice, sweep, thrust, crush. Surrounding Lucas everywhere he went were screams, blood, and bodies. Yeah, only 3 remained. Oh no. Oh no.
殺すつもりでかかれ。なもん分かってるけどよ。
Oh god. Yeah.
冗談きついぜ。あの先代の息子がブローだ。
The halberd came for Hugo, who shouted as he swung his sword. It was a merciless blow without passion.
Hugo!
Yves rushed forward to somehow parry the oncoming halberd before it struck its mark. Instead, his collarbone was shattered. Oh. They're gonna die.
正面からやり合うのは無謀だ。弾くか受け流して。簡単に言ってくれんな能天気。俺はお前らと違って凡人なんだよ。
Yves didn't stop and focused on parrying the incoming blows.
リュウカ先生、どうしてこんなことを。
Yeah, it didn't seem like Lucas heard anything that was being said. Why was he on such an evil rampage? The question could be answered, neither could his expression be seen during his furious attack, yeah. Arrows came flying towards him. Oh, okay, so they do have ranged weapons. They just suck. But they were swatted down with the sweep of the halberd. Adolf clicked his tongue and shouted. Prince. That simple name was all that was needed. For a moment, Lucas stopped moving. Everyone stops! He roared mindlessly with murky black eyes. His sanity was completely lost. If so, then perhaps the massacre was something he didn't want to do. They knew how kind and compassionate he was, and they finally realized that short period of turmoil will create a new tragedy. Oh no. Lucas raised his halberd higher in the air to let a silent scream. Oh no! Maybe they could have had the best, maybe could have been the best of friends. Alas, the killer mercilessly, cruelly, unknowingly reaped the lives around him. Oh. 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 I somehow persuaded the reluctant Anku to let me share the information I knew with a member of the corps nearby. He headed for Cernaval via Shitty, but...
これはなんともひどい力任せに殺し尽くしたといった具合か。
Anku. Oh, are we gonna find... Oh no. Are we gonna find Yves and Adolf? Lucas was nowhere to be found. Death and tragedy was left in his wake. Yeah, disfigured... Well, I don't think he wants people leaving before it's their time. Disfigured corpses lay strewn across the area and the smell of iron filled the air. I couldn't see a single survivor. We didn't make it in time. He said no. He said that he didn't want to kill others anymore. Seeing me stumble with despair, Anku gently supported me.
すまない。私がもっと早くあの男の正体を突き止めることができていれば、
Yeah.
少なくとも君を巻き込むことはなかった。
Identity. I thought you knew who he was when you told me that the deaths weren't resolved. You said that the deaths related to Bodo were just the beginning.
理由は語れないが。
Huh?
私は別の人間の犯人だと思い込んでいたのだよ。
Oh. But he discovered that the person he suspected was not only innocent, but also didn't exist. Which is why he investigated further to find out who Bodo really was. He found out it was Lucas and was killed once by him for discovering the truth. Anku spoke with great regret when... I heard a weak voice. We quietly moved some of the bodies that lay on the ground to find... Oh no. Yves! Adolf! They probably tried to stop Lucas in battle. I found Yves barely holding on to consciousness while Adolf was out cold. Your wounds! Wait! Let me stop the bleeding! With the help of Anku, I tore my clothes and somehow bandaged their wounds. I don't think they're gonna survive, but sure. Oh yeah, they weren't relivers, which is probably why he didn't kill them, but Hugo's probably dead. Yeah, I will see you just... I stopped mid-sentence from utter shock seeing the horribly injured body that we moved away from Yves earlier. Hugo? He was on top of Yves and took a horrible blow in his place. Oh god. Yves was in such a haze that he didn't notice the body of his best friend beside him.
今彼に真実を明かすのはあまりにも酷だ。
I somehow nodded as I shook with disbelief.
イブと言ったね。自己紹介したいところだが、あいにくその時間はなさそうだ。ブロー、リュカ・プルーストがどれだけの犠牲者を出したのか。
少なくとも100人以上。
この短い時間にそんなにも。殺されたのは全員リライバーかい？
He's not a weak lead.
まですが。
Oh god.
ブローが現れたことに驚いて彼を守ろうと追いかけてきたジャンが。リライバーと勘違い。
Well, no, he wasn't mistaken.
なんとかマティスは守りきって。
He deserved to die. I can't be.
無理もない。肌に浮かぶ文様以外にリライバーと人間を区別する方法はないのだから。
Anku then stopped asking him questions, sensing that any more was too much for him to bear now. He then picked up an arrow snapped in two.
本当に彼は人間なのか？矢をもみ切るというのなら、私の奥の手も通じないじゃないか。
Huh? Lucas had finally reaped the life of someone close to him. The endless despair was overwhelming. If that man was in front of me now, I would yell at him to return the past he stole from Lucas, to return Nadia, but that wouldn't happen. Unlike water, time only flowed in one direction. It wasn't that I was hoping to find happiness with him. I simply wanted to spend the remainder of his life indulging the little selfishness he had. I wanted to be with him and repent with him for all he had done. God won't even grant us such a small wish. I know it wasn't possible now, but I still couldn't hold back my tears. Onku looked at me with a pained expression.
姫君、これで分かっただろう。
Oh,
彼に
princess.
こちらの言葉はもう届かない。このまま彼の命が燃え尽きるまで。 安全な場所に身を隠そう。
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Don't you have death magic? Aku suggests a course of action.
I'm sorry. I can't do that.
何？
Okay.
I shook my head. All this time I've been confused, so I've never once said to my teacher who has gone mad.
Yeah. Yeah. If you can't take it anymore, you can say you want help. It's okay to voice your anger. You saved me in the past by telling me I don't need to be strong all the time, so it's my turn to save you. I need to tell him that he doesn't need to be strong anymore. I promised.
確かに彼の境遇には同情できる。
Why can't we take husband's hand? Husband, take me away. Let me be your wife.
もう彼は許される範疇を自ら超えてしまった。だというのになぜ？
It was obvious. Because I love him.
Oh, no! We said that right in front of the guy who loves us.
I know it's strange. I don't understand my feelings either.
Yeah, you underestimate our capacity or capability to forgive hot boys. I must have looked like the fearsome death as I smiled in the midst of chaos and tragedy.
Of course, I've been let down by how he deceived me for so long, but I admit I've lost. I can't seem to bring myself to hate him even now. My sense of judgment feels completely dull now, but still, I was sure Lucas was waiting for me, even in his madness.
I need to kiss Anku a million times for how much he's endured. Anku's face warped for some reason upon seeing my smile.
君の彼への思いは分かった。
Yeah, because you love me.
だが、
Oh, this is
君
rough.
が言ったところで、どうやって彼の強行を止める？
Oh, this is rough.
まさか自分が呼びかければ目を覚ましてくれるはずだ。綺麗事をのたまうわけではないだろうね。
I took a deep breath. Of course. All the pain I felt suddenly disappeared. I do have a plan to stop him, but I need your help, Anku.
聞こう。
I whispered my plan as a nearby house crumpled to the ground. After hearing my plan, Anku's expression showed disbelief and rage.
いや参った。どうかしている。姫君、君は正気かい？
I'm completely sane, and I'm prepared for whatever happens. I know I'll cause you suffering, so I'm sorry to even ask.
I couldn't hear you over the house collapsing. I knew what I was asking of him was selfish, especially given how he had kept watch over me all this time, because he loves us. But I had no intention of stopping now.
思いとどまってはくれないのだね。
Yeah, he's committed so many sins that there's no going back. So my role now is to prevent him from ruining as many lives as possible. To be specific, I don't want to have anyone else stop him besides me.
まったく、あの男め。私の仕事を増やす罪人の分際で憎たらしいじゃないか。
You know, I will say, we're getting a lot of Anku, and that's what makes this entirely palatable, and not making me fall into my own despair, because this is so fucking sad. This is so fucking sad. Yeah, we barely saw him in Mathas's route. And here, yeah, this time he's here to save the day and help us probably die.
ようやく会えた私の同胞の心をこんなにも短い間に射止めてしまうとは。焼けてしまうな。
Yeah, he's gonna jealous punishment. Yeah.
足りないぐらいだ。
Anku's voice shook as he spoke words that didn't fit the situation. I assumed it was his way of saying yes.
Yves, I'm gonna borrow your sword.
I picked up the rapier sitting on the ground next to the now unconscious Yves. I lowered my head to Anku.
Will you please help me stop my teacher who's doing too much to be strong?
姫君がそれを望むのなら。
Himegimi. I love that he calls us Himegimi. He said that multiple times now, and my brain is every time just goes.
不死の体などいくらでも差し出してみせよう。
Himegimi. Yeah, exactly. I'd give you a badumtis, but it feels a little odd to be doing badumtis. I will offer you my mortal body as many times as you want. I'll take it, Anku. Oh boy. Oh boy. Urged on by the hatred implanted into his mind, Lucas arrived at the base of Reliver technology. The guards looked from afar at the man who drew blood from those around him and was now intruding on restricted property. Yeah. He's definitely like a service top. They knew exactly the threat he posed from hearing the tragedy that struck Shidi in the entrance of the Institute, which was why they didn't hold back in either offense or defense, showing no mercy.
絶対に所長たちの元へと行かせるな。あの方とここの設備に何かあったらアルペシェールは完全に崩壊するぞ。
The guards drew their bows in preparation for the siege. A thick glass wall lowered from the ceiling. Glass?
隔壁が折れるまで残り5秒。あれだけ離れていれば余裕で間に合いますよ。
The hallways and corridors leading to the lab into which Shin and the other had evacuated were shut away with barriers. He may be a monster, but he's still human. The guards reveled in the sense of victory, thinking he would be able to break through the fortified glass wall. Yeah? Lucas took a step forward towards the gloating men. Another step forward, then another. Lucas lowered himself and quickly pushed off the floor. In an instant, he was in front of the guards. The death toll for the guards was now 5. Lucas boldly moved onward past the screaming and the deaths. None of the walls touched the floor in time as Lucas quickly slipped under them with superhuman speed. Everyone at the Institute was a reliver, which was why Lucas had no remorse or concern about killing anything that moved. He killed and killed, but the hatred swirling in his chest didn't die. Oh boy. Oh boy.
どこにいるシアン・ブロフィワーズお前だけは私が
I hope Dahoot survives.
この手で
殺せるものなら殺してみろ
Oh fuck. Beyond the door he destroyed was a device used specifically to manufacture relivers in.
いやー実に面白い。
Yeah.
お前のような異常個体を目にするのは俺も。
Jen clapped his hands, welcoming Lucas and the destruction he caused. Lucas leapt towards his target like a beast, but...
おっと、こんな間近で観察させてくれるとは。
Oh boy.
お前は間違いなく教師の鏡だ。では遠慮なく探求心を満たさせてもらおうか。
Yeah. Jen scoffed as he evaded the strike. Jen continued to smile while narrowly dodging the successive attacks. In the corner of the room was a small figure. Hi, Dahoot!
どんだけバカ力なんですかっていうかシアンさんなんでそんな恐ろしい人相手にわざわざ挑発なんかするんです
黙れこれも戦略だ口出ししてる暇があるならお前はとっととロックを解除しろ俺の体力も無限じゃないぞ
わかってますよもう誰ですかこんな状況で外からハッキング仕掛けて僕らをここに閉じ込めたのは
Dahoot typed in his system as quickly as possible, complaining about being locked in. Shannon was focused on evading the attacks as cold sweat appeared on his skin, still figuring out the secret behind Lucas' power.
体育に見合わぬ筋肉の異常な発達やはり、単なる才能や体質の一言では説明できんまさか妹とは真逆の
Probably
体を強化する類の遺伝子疾患そんな症例が実在するのか
Though it was hard to believe, it would make sense that the siblings will both possess unusual muscular properties. Suddenly, Lucas stopped in his tracks.
私の大事なナディア
Oh no.
なぜ
Oh no.
懸命に生き抜いてきた
Oh.
あの子があんなことに
He understood it now.
お前
That was one of the worst forms of torture that Shin could imagine as a researcher. Coming to that realization led him to the thought of a scientist stupid enough to do such a foolish thing. He had a hunch as to why he would do that.
ナディアに何かあったんです。この前会った時、彼女なんだかちょっと元気がなくて、お兄さんと何かあったのかなって。
Lucas didn't respond to Dahoot's words. Oh. He suddenly went into a coughing fit and fell onto the floor, spitting blood from his mouth. Shin could tell immediately that it was because his time was up.
どう転ぼうがさほど持たんのか。どうせなら生きたまま保管したかったんだが、リライバー化しようにも装置へ運ぶまでにまた抵抗されてはな。
Shin frowned as he thought about what he could do.
シアさん!
Lucas grabbed the pole of the halberd that lay next to him. A single swipe. Oh no, Dahoot. Shin. Oh god! Shin tried to evade the attack, his left leg separated his body. Lucas then used the momentum against the genius presiding over life in this country. The halberd came slowly from above and Shin sprayed the air with blood from his chest and fell down dead. He then destroyed the backup unit in the laboratory where Shin kept many of his he may have kept a stock of lives. Witnessing the destruction, Dahoot shuddered from where he stood near the locked exit.
冗談じゃない。あれじゃリライバーとしても蘇れないじゃないですか。
Dahoot immediately gave up on disabling the lock. He then glanced at the duct large enough for a child to crawl inside. He somehow slipped in before he became Lucas's next victim.
ナディアがどうとか言ってたけど。
Oh fuck.
やっぱり彼女の身に何かあったんだ。だって彼女の主治医のカプシーヌって絶対あのオーティさんだもん。だとしたらナディアはママよ、諦める前にまずは調べてみよう。
Not waiting for the halberd to be thrown inside the duct, Dahoot crawled his way through to freedom. Oh fuck. We helped any survivors we found along the way until we finally reached Shin's Institute. Yeah, go Dahoot. Shin's dead though. The place was filled, painted red like flames, even more than Shetty. Yep. We went around each room until we happened upon a certain laboratory. He's here.
Lucas.
とうとう彼を手にかけてしまったか。
He was looking down with an expression at what was once Shin. He slowly turned around and looked at us with dull eyes. He acted like a child, tightly gripping the bloodstained halberd in his hands. I can only assume he would try to kill me without realizing what he's doing.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I'm here for you. Look at you, always acting so rashly when you're left alone like this. You must be tired. Why don't you have a rest?
None of my words reached him. He probably recognized me as one of the relivers he was bent on killing. Yeah, look at you, off killing hundreds of people. Yeah.
またすべてを奪われる。ナディアも彼女ももう。
Yeah, you silly goose, always killing people. His time was warped and trapped in an illusion. He would never get it back. His wish could no longer be fulfilled. Lucas embraced himself as if he was trying to hold back from crying. It was then that Anku moved in front of me. He asked me a question with his back turned to me.
最後にもう一度だけ確認するよ。本当に良いのだね。
I knew what kind of end we would face.
Yeah, I'm ready. I took a deep breath and nodded. I'm sorry to drag you into my selfish plans.
何？これは力及ばなかった。私の罪だ。さようなら。いつか冥界かどこかで再会しよ
う。He's so pretty. He's so pretty. Please, can I kiss him? The moment Lucas disappeared, something hard dropped from Anku's pocket. It bounced a few times on the floor, and white smoke immediately filled the area. I could barely hear Lucas groan in confusion from lack of vision. Using the opportunity, I dashed from behind Anku. Lucas! I yelled his name out at the expense of ruining my throat, as expected. Lucas mistook my shout for a battle cry from one of his enemies, so he quickly swung his weapon. Huh? Red bloomed across my chest like a flower. Struck by his swing, I dropped onto the floor in a pool of my own pool of blood. Oops. Ugh. The open wound burned. My body went into shock from the excruciating pain in my chest. I tried my best to raise my head as I gasped. Yeah, I saw my teacher in front of me looking down at me in confusion. His face and hands, his whole body was covered in the blood that sprayed from mine. His eyes held no light. His eyes were starting to lose their light. My eyes were starting to lose their light. We looked at each other with our eyes, which were similar yet very different. Noticing his eyes shake. Lucas. I exerted what strength I had left to extend my hand to him. He probably didn't know who I was and how I was related to him. Despite his lack of understanding, he tried to respond by reaching out to my empty hand. There was so much I wanted to tell him, but I had so little time. Before my shaking hand could meet his, I love you. That was our plan? It fell to the floor lifeless. That was our plan? To die? That was our plan? I don't know, Anku. I'm just gonna fucking go for it, bro. Wait, that says despair. That says despair. Oh, okay, so it is despair. Oh, that's right, I forgot. I was like, no, wait, we got the wrong ending. we got the right ending. Lucas stared at his hand that lost its way. He then looked around to see that the man who acted as Prince's shield had disappeared. The white smoke dissipated to clearly reveal the carcass of the once living boy. Yeah, then the salvation. He lifted his head in bewilderment, then he tilted his head. With no one else to kill, light returned to Lucas's eyes. He finally noticed that the body that lay in front of him matched the smiling person in his memories. Prince risked his life so that he could once again regain his sanity. But that very sanity shattered into oblivion. Lucas dropped to his knees, then gently lifted his lifeless body into his arms. Oh, he's fucking broken. Yeah, he's broken for realsies now. He gently shook Prince, but his eyes didn't open. The warmth he felt through Prince's clothing was slowly fading away. Still, Lucas turned his eyes away from reality. Yeah, he's broken. Yeah. Lucas held Prince in his arms as he slowly headed outside the institute. Why was he here? Why was everything so red? Why was Prince sleeping? He couldn't quite remember what happened, but he at least knew what he needed to do in that moment. Poor baby. Yeah. This is a kinder ending for him.
やるべきことを遂げたら、君が言ってくれた通り、私ももう休むことにしましょう。もちろん、君も一緒ですよ。
He gently kissed Prince's closed eyes with his blood-covered lips. Lucas left the institute to bring an end to the final demon who was getting in the way of his happiness. So Dahoot survived, which means we could probably rebuild stuff. A few months later, Lucas Prouse, known as Buro, became the greatest killer in the history of this land. He killed countless relivers, including the researcher Shambrofius, and destroyed the devices needed to manufacture relivers. It also seemed he infiltrated the Society of Exorcists. The body of the minister, Kapashin, was found mutilated to the point it was hard to recognize it once belonging to a human. Yeah, next to his body was a rotting dress torn to shreds. Its owners nowhere to be found. Oh no. Yeah. The entire land of Arpachel fell into despair from the mass murders and chaos caused by this one man. Oh god. But a world separated from the commotion existed. Inside a cave, hidden atop the oceanside cliffs, were two lovers. What? Oh no! Oh no!
すみません。用意するのに時間がかかってしまいまして。
We're bones! We're in a cage again! Lucas placed a brilliant ring onto the finger of his most beloved. As he was unused to his new environment, his fingers had gotten quite bony, far more than he initially expected. Prince was wearing the veil that was given to him by Nadia, and quietly accepted the ring.
よく似合っていますよ。海に返したナディアもきっと喜んでくれているでしょう。
Lucas gave a gentle smile. A cold and heavy iron birdcage protected Prince's body. He knew it was somewhat extreme, but it was all for the sake of protecting him.
もう二度と大切なものを失うことがないように、誰にも傷つけられないよう、大事に大事にしまい込む。
Oh my god.
大丈夫。君のことは
I don't know how he's not dead yet.
何があっても私が守りますから。この汚れた魂に誓って。
Yeah, you're about to keel over, yeah, months ago.
こうしていると、まるであの日に戻ったようですね。あの時の私は一方的な、それも間違った愛情を君に向けていましたが。
Back when you had skin. Oh god. What has he been doing with our skeleton? Oh.
違う。
You asked for my hand in marriage, so why don't you see me as part of your family?
Yeah. Literal boning. Oh boy. That was why he prepared this ring. He lifted Prince's hand and gently kissed his pale finger with the ring to show that he had answered his question.
愛している。こんな罪深き男を受け入れてくれるというのなら、私の家族になってください。
He whispered his vow. Lucas smiled, knowing that he was finally able to ask for Prince's hand in marriage. He wasn't sad about not hearing his precious bride's response. In his eyes and ears,
I'd love to.
He heard Prince's words and could see him his smiling face before his eyes. Oh boy.
なぜだろう。嬉しいはずだというのに、それ以上に心がひどく痛い。
Our bodies don't decay that fast. His pain slowly turned into heat. Oh, he's dying. He quickly turned his face away from Prince so that he wouldn't smell the blood on his breath. Several drops spilled over and trickled down his chin. He'd lived quietly here with Prince for some time, until he approached the end of his life. He ate us! He might have.
そろそろでしょうか。薬が抜けて、一度持ち直したとはいえ、かなり持った方ですね。
Lucas chuckled as he thought of how even monsters like him couldn't find death. He wiped the blood from his mouth and gently caressed Prince's cheek.
この血塗られた身が
He's in a
寿
cave.
命を全うできるだけで、
Yeah.
恵まれた幸福ではありますが、君を残していくことだけが
Yeah.
心苦しい。
Oh, I'm far gone, buddy. For a moment, just a moment.
怖い。死にたくない。君ともっと生きたい。幸せになりたい。
Foolish hopes came to mind, but he knew a grave sinner didn't have the right to wish such things. But if he could be granted one wish.
どうか、この命が終焉を迎えるその瞬間まで、私のそばに。
Yeah, we aren't going anywhere, buddy. We are bones. Okay. Yeah, I now see what Ellie meant by,
その指輪、とても似合っていますよ。 君の白い指によく映える。なぜ愛は永遠なのに命はそうではないのでしょうね。君ともっと生きたかった。
Oh, I now see why Ellie said that Lucas's route is so much worse than Mathis's. 'Cause yeah, that's so much worse. There's 3 left for him. There's only 2 left for Lucas. I'm so terrified about what Xian's gonna be. I know, it was so cute in the beginning. Yeah, all I can say is wow. 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 My baby. Yeah. Why do you think I used it twice for my for thumbnails, or 3 times I guess now for thumbnails for him? So this is wild. I'm so terrified about what Xian's gonna be.
Oh, blessings. Goodness, that was a intense one.
Ugh. So yeah, tomorrow is probably gonna be something more wholesome. And then we'll get back into this. I have no idea. Oh, yeah. Something to forgive. Let me check the cards. Let me open up the cards. Yeah. So ours is parting from her fate to kill. Lucas is believing in his fate to lead. Which doesn't really make much sense. Mathis is spurning. Yeah, spurning his fate to forgive. Xian is unwavering in his fate to persevere. Interesting. I don't know how that's going to happen. Yves is embracing his fate to love. Adolf is affirming his fate to pursue, which is interesting. And then Anku is, of course, toying with his fate to keep watch. Yeah. I love this game. It's so fucking depressing, but I love this game. This game is giving me, like, emotional damage. Yeah. This game is giving me emotional damage, but I'm fucking loving it. Oh. So tomorrow we'll do something more wholesome. We could do Slime Rancher. We might do Poke Rogue, because I don't know if I'm, like, really into... If I want to jump into Slime Rancher again, because it's been a bit. We'll see. I have tomorrow off, so... Ta-da! So it'll be another surprise midweek stream. And I don't have any plans, so... And then Friday we'll jump back into this game. And we'll start Xian's route. Yeah? Oh, interesting. Yeah. I mean, I read horror. I like horror stuff. Psychological. I'm not feverish this time, but I'm liking the psychological horror. All right. Blah. Well, I may play Stardew with you guys, because I'll be streaming in the evening. I may play Stardew. We'll see. But yeah.
Without any further ado, pop over here.
Holy fuck. Well, That was a lot. That was a lot. That was 3.5 hours of a lot. So I'm gonna go cuddle the Kiki and sleep. Yeah.
All right, well, I would hope you all have a wonderful meowing afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. Thank you all so very much for stopping by this Wednesday stream. I appreciate it very much. Oh, Tommy-o-Tan thanking the lurkers as well. All right, well, I will maybe see you tomorrow. If not, I will see you Friday. Well, I will be streaming tomorrow. You may not be able to make it. Who knows? This week, timing's all weird. All right, but yes, without any further ado. Wait, I didn't say that. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're not already following me on social media, I'd appreciate it very much if you would. As well, if you're not already part of our Discord, I'd love to see you there. Threw myself off. Yes, hope you all have a wonderful meowing afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. And now we can do the outro. And well, without any further ado,